Yeah, we're about to go live.
That's all right. As long as you ain't slow down.
Act like you got them skate. 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 Go live, we're finna go live. 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 Go live, we're finna go live.
Kane Nation, we back again, baby. We had a double hitter in the building. Let me know everything looks good, sounds good. Let me get a thumbs up. Act like you got on some loafers. Act like you got on some loafers. I love it, man. All right, the producer in the building, LNV. Other producer, T. Hines in the building. Hit that like button as you come on in. Let's make this thing happen. Let me tell y'all something. Oh, yeah, baby. I'm super excited. We finally got us a defensive coordinator. Can't say finally. I mean, this is what I've been looking for. This is what Coach been wanting. I'm going to open the phone lines. I want to hear from the fans. This is what Coach been wanting. This is the kind of movement I wanted from my beloved Hurricanes. I got a little bit of talking to do first. I'm going to break down the new coach, all right, the defensive coordinator. J Love T, I hear you, baby. I'm going to open up the phone lines. We got a new phone number, so if you're calling the old number, you're going to be talking to some old lady with like 100 cats from Clearwater, Florida. Coach ain't there no more. We got a new number. But let me talk to you. I'm excited. This is what I want. This is how a program operates. Kevin Steele, you want to dip? No pressure, no problem. Let's ride. You leave Sunday, we hire somebody Tuesday. That's what I'm talking about. So for those that was on Caneville, Footballville last night, and y'all heard me go off, this is what I wanted. I'm not mad that Kevin Steele left. That's part of the process. That's part of this game. That's the nature of the beast. But we found a dude immediately. That's the kind of response I want. Still haven't had that same response on the offensive coordinator position, but we'll get into that. But I'm fired up because this is how a program operates. Now, it doesn't have to be 48 hours. I'm not tripping. But what I'm saying is it shows that we rolling, baby. That's what I want to see. We're going to get into the person, but we're talking about the process right now. This is the process I want to see when it comes to the Miami Hurricanes. You can't stop us, dog. It's plug and play. This is what Coach Hayes get fired up about. You want to dip? I understand. Pack your bags and go. I get it. Thank you for your service. And guess what? On to the next. Because that is the way the game is today. I understand it. We literally saw that happen in Alabama. We saw that with Ole Miss. We see these teams. We see it at Notre Dame happening now. But I love the fact that Coach Cristobal plugged a hole immediately. This is what players want. They feel confident. They can now start researching this guy. If I'm a defensive coach, a defensive player, i.e., Ruben Bain. Dang, coach. Dang, coach. You gonna up and dip? You was my DC. But guess what? That's the business. So these players have to understand that. That's why I tell y'all about that family junk. Get that crap out of here, man. It's about my family first. Then y'all come second. But that's part of that. These players have to understand that. But I love the fact that Mario Cristobal acted in a timely manner. This is all Coach Hayes been talking about. This is all Coach Hayes has been talking about. Act in a timely manner. That's it. That's what I wanted. And we did that. Let's jump into this. We know we got a lot to do. A little bit change up in the setup. Y'all see it. We got 224 people in the building. I got it down here at the bottom. Y'all can see it. Big shout out to our latest subscriber, Keith Saylor. Welcome to the team, my brother. Latest super chat, Shad in the building for the $199. And the top super chat that we've had so far is EJ for the $60. Thank you. This is Canes Talk Live right here. You see it. Also, a big shout out to my man Alex Tabio from Pioneer Mortgage Funding. Anything you got to do at home financing, check him out. He is the man. Trust me. I've had some business dealings with him, and he is the man. Seamless, painless, effortless on my behalf. He do all the work. Call him up, 305-205-1697. Different company, same person, same phone number. Make it happen. Get your stuff in order. Rates going to go down. Properties come available all the time. Get your affairs in order. So when it come up, you ready. You don't have to, I got to find my stuff. I'm ready. Anyway, I'm fired up, bro. I have to be honest with you. When it comes to the Canes, and I have to be honest, y'all know y'all want to say critical. Some people call me a hater. Whatever. I'll take it. That's cool. Coach got big shoulders. Put him up there. But I'm going to tell you this. I am loving the way he handled this. We'll get into the person, but I'm talking about the process. That's right. Faith Fleetwood in the building. Guess what? You see him up there. Welcome to the team. Starting defense. Yeah. Faith Fleetwood in the building. Appreciate that. I'm so excited. I know I'm talking. Let me go and get into this deal. Let me go ahead and get into this guy. Took notes. I broke down this stuff. We're going to break him down. I'm not going to put up a film, but I did look at the Notre Dame Marshall film. Okay. His name is Lance Guidry. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Lance Guidry has many years of coaching experience. I'll pull his stuff up if you want to go through that quickly. Most of you guys have Googled him because most of you people have not heard of him. And that's fair. Right? He is a group of 5 guy, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being a G5 dude. Been coaching since 1994. Plenty of experience. Let me go through this. A graduate of McNeese State, was the head coach there, coached at Miami, Ohio. I mean, he's got a decent stint. I'm not going to go through all of that stuff. But I do want to start with Western Kentucky, 2011, 2012. I think when I was with Coach Cristobal at the time at FIU, he was the defensive coordinator on Coach Willie Taggart's staff. I don't remember him. He don't remember me. That's fine. Football happens that way. But he was the defensive coordinator on that staff. And he's tied in with Coach Willie Taggart. We all know who Willie Taggart is. Coach Cristobal worked with Willie Taggart at Oregon. I tell people all the time, coaches hire people who they can trust. Coaches hire people that can vouch for somebody that they trust. The person who's vouching, they trust their opinion. I don't know if he trusts, I would assume he trusts Willie Taggart to vouch for him. He worked with Willie Taggart in 2 stints, Western Kentucky as well as Florida Atlantic. But let's go here, 2013. He was the interim coach when Willie Taggart left, or whatever the case may be. I think he had one game and he lost, or whatever. He goes to McNeese State, back to his alma mater, assistant head coach, defensive coordinator. 2016 to 18, he becomes the head coach. Now, here's what's interesting. Has a 22-13 record. 3 seasons there, 1-1 in bowl games. Won a bowl game, lost a bowl game. 2016, he was 6-5. 2017, 9-2. 2018, 6-5. See, y'all be talking about these alma mater hires. Y'all talk about these alma mater hires. And I tell you, the upper brass is not, they're not an alumni of these schools. They work at the school. Like when people start talking about the Randy Shannons and so forth and so on, and whoop. Well, guess what? They decided not to renew his contract at his own alma mater. Has a winning record, 6-5, not the greatest, but I don't think it's a fireable offense. only being there 3 years. Previous year takes him 9-2, go 6-5. I don't know if it was injury based. I don't know if he lost a lot of player. Who knows what the deal is? But he decided not to rehire the guy, not to renew his contract. 22-13 is his head coach record. 1-1 in bowl games. This guy's with 500 records get bigger jobs. But anyway, back to my point. These alma mater hires, don't get caught up in them. The logo doesn't make a decision. It's the people that sit behind the desk that represents the logo that makes decisions. Must remember that. Sebastian the Ibis is not making decisions for the Miami Hurricanes. It's the people that wear the suits, that sit behind the desk, that don't know how hot the fire is because they're in a nice, comfy office. They're the ones who make decisions. I want to say that. Open the phone lines. Don't be scared. Got a new whole phone system. I'll explain in a second. 343 in the building. Coaches fired up. Coaches on that cane juice. Some of y'all say, Coach, don't that be in that cup? Yeah, it's in there. Y'all hear it. It's jingling, baby. Go ahead, baby. It's jingling, baby. Go ahead, baby. I'm fired up, dog. Because I'm fired up because the process is working. So he leaves McNeese State, goes to southeastern Louisiana, stays there a year, reunites with Willie Taggart, 2020. Becomes the defensive coordinator and safeties coach at Marshall. Quick stats, a lot of people heard it. I watched the NMD video. I love it. I watched a lot of people's video. I love it. Top 10 in 12 statistical categories, this gentleman. I know it's a group of 5 area. I get it. But that's impressive. You got to do something here to get here, right? You don't do little things to get the big jobs. Wherever you are, you kill those spots. And I'm going to tell you why this is important, because a lot of people are going to look at the record. I'm going to break that down too. And Coach Guidry, if you're watching, holla at your boy. I got something for you. Top 10 in 12 statistical categories. Shout out to Don for that stat. But I go back to say, I don't know what happened at McNeese to have 3 winning seasons and get fired. I don't know if he's maybe not personable. I don't know. I don't know if there was a falling out. I don't know. I don't know if McNeese State thought 6-5 wasn't good enough. I don't know. But he's not there. And that's tough. I looked at Notre Dame because it was the biggest game on their schedule, and they won that game. Somebody said, oh, there you go. Hey, y'all, big shout out, man. Big shout out right there to my man T2Y. He got a new deal going called the Big 3, where he's covering and trolling at the same time. Florida State and Florida, and giving it up for the Canes. So y'all give a shout out to T2Y. Y'all go check him out. So if he copped a DUI, he says a DUI. If that's the case, well, guess what, Coach? That's on you. It is what it is. Live to talk about it later, I guess. Thank God you didn't hurt yourself or anybody else. Anyhow, back to the problem. Back to the deal at hand. I look at the Notre Dame game, and I'm just watching it. I always watch film like this. I just put it on and let it play. See what pops off the tape. Just let it play. Then I go back, and then I start looking at things that stand out. I looked at the offensive side of this, right? I looked at the offensive side of this. And I meant the defensive side, excuse me. I looked at the defensive side. I didn't look at anything on offense. But here's what I'm going to look at. I look at their record. I don't get into the record. I don't necessarily care. But what I am looking at is how many points is he allowing. And that can be skewed a little bit. The offense give up a pick 6 or something. Not a big deal. Marshall against Norfolk State. 55-3. Doesn't give up any points. 3 points. Marshall versus Notre Dame. 26-21. Yeah, I understand Coach Marcus Freeman, first year there, but still, there's no difference than Mario Cristobal, first year at Middle Tennessee State. It is unacceptable to lose those type of games. He only gave up 21 points to Notre Dame. Marshall Bowling Green, 31-34 in a loss. Troy in a loss, 16-17. You only gave up 16 points. Not a big deal. Offense, you got to get on your job. Gardner-Webb, 28-7. Marshall against Louisiana Raging Cajun in a loss, 23-13. I'm going through this to show you the numbers, to show you how many points they're giving up. And again, I didn't look at all of this. I didn't look at, was it a pick six, a scoop and score? I'm just looking at overall numbers. There's not big blowouts in this deal. Even if they lost, I mean, these are manageable points, 23 points. 34 by Bowling Green. Yeah, they kind of crapped the bed a little bit. I don't know. Oh, it was an overtime game. Okay, I see that. Thank you. I see that in the chat. Thank you. Marshall James Madison, 26-12. Gives up 12 points. Marshall, 13-24 against Coastal Carolina. Only give up 24 points. Marshall, Old Dominion, 12-0. Gave up no points. Coastal Carolina, I'm sorry, App State, Marshall, 21-28. They beat App State, only giving up 21 points. Marshall, Georgia Southern, 23-10, giving up 10 points. Marshall, Georgia State in a win, 23 points, 28-23. And go to a bowl game and beat UConn 28-14. The most points I see on this board right now is 34 points by Bowling Green. The second highest I see by an opponent. The second highest I see by an opponent. See, Georgia State with 23. 24 by Coastal Carolina. So after Bowling Green, the next highest score you've given up, and again, I don't know if it's a pick six in there, scoop and score, whatever, was 24 points. I'm liking this. I'm liking it. I'm feeling good. Coaches, feeling good. That's the record of Dame. As I looked at this film, I'm looking at it from a coach's perspective, as if I'm going to play against him, as I'm scouting him. I didn't get down to statistics and all that. I just kind of looked at it overall. Here are my notes, and then we're going to open up the phone lines. Let's talk about it. He plays a lot of man and a lot of press man. That's what he does. I didn't look at any other game, so don't Twitter me to death. I looked at the biggest game on the schedule was Notre Dame. That's what I looked at. I didn't care about all the rest of that stuff. I noticed his defensive backfield, and even though I know I saw NMD, he put out the tweet, like, people give credit. Hey man, welcome. And he said, we didn't get that by myself. It was a team effort. So cool. But Coach Hayes gonna lump that into some that the defensive coordinator orchestrated it. Put it that way. Great communication on the back end. See, this is what coaches look for. Most fans look at it, cool. Great communication on the back end. What does that mean? I notice when I see motion, you see DBs checking, constantly see hand movements. They're not just talking. Because if I'm in a football game and it's a lot of cheering going on, right? It's a lot of stuff going on. Tell me what I'm saying right now. can't understand what I'm saying. Why? Because everybody's screaming because they love Coach Hayes. But now watch this. We got verbal as well as gestures to go with it at the same time. Watch this. So if you can't hear me verbally, you can see the hand signal that goes with it. That's coaching right there. I'm going to give them credit. That's coaching right there. Next thing I saw, they use a lot of single man blitzes to create pressure. Maybe bringing the linebacker from the inside, so forth and so on. Bringing the guy off the edge and they slanting down. Nothing extravagant, nothing extraordinary. But it seems to be simplistic because, and when that's not a bad thing when I say simplistic. That means the players get it. That's what I'm talking about. I'm overselling the guy. When I don't do it, y'all call me a hater. When I do it, guess what? Now I'm overselling the guy. Let's get it. I ain't overselling nothing. I'm telling you what I saw. Now, will he do it at the crib? I don't know. But I'm telling you what I saw. Good D-line movement and stunts. He knows that I can't just play. And again, I'm looking at only the Notre Dame game. I'm not looking at anything else. He used a lot of stunts, a lot of movements, slants, like I said, two-man movements, stunts, blitzes, wraparounds, all of that kind of stuff. And guys kind of knew where to be. But I'm going to go back because there's a caveat to that. There's a lot of rock and roll safeties in there. What do I mean? Because he plays a lot of man, he wants to have his too high look, but he kind of tips his hand because of the rock and roll safeties. Okay? Barracuda. I'm going to get to this. Zone blitz concept, but he doesn't put zone behind it. He uses man concepts behind it. So what is zone blitzing? Zone blitzing, you're bringing more, but you may be dropping a defensive end out of there. Something kind of what we like to do when we had Manny Diaz, and I used to get on him about dropping the defensive end to nobody. There's no, we got on green jerseys, and there's nobody over there but green grass and the referee. And we would drop Zach McLeod or whoever the hell it was out there. No, I saw his guy dropping and understanding when he dropped, he got his eyes on who he was supposed to drop to. I'm not overselling. Just talking. I'm going to get to the super chat. I apologize, y'all. I'll get to the super chat. Coach fired up right now. I just want to go through my things, then I'll get to the super chat. So I'll put some respect on it. Here's where some of the linebackers do a good job reading and reacting to the run. All right? The linebackers do a good job reading or reacting to the run. Now, here's some of the negatives I saw. They give up the edge. He will give up the edge. And when you play primarily in a man concept defense, and your defensive ends don't understand they have edge containment, not necessarily the end. If there's a stunt and the guy's coming around late, he better know he is the edge defender. He is now the force player. Why is this important? Because if I'm running everybody off man up the field and a guy like Tyler Buckner, who's the quarterback for Notre Dame at the time, who's got some wheels, will hurt you. He will hurt you. So that could be a potential problem with quarterbacks who have wheels. Not a mobile quarterback. I'm talking about a dude that got some skates. So he has to make sure that he teaches that. You got to be able to teach the weakness of the defense just as much as you teach the strength of the defense. Next thing, goal line. Every time I saw him in goal line, it was the same set. When they got inside about that 7-yard line, they were in the same set every time. I think that could be a potential problem. These offensive coordinators are too smart. They will manipulate you through what? Formation and motion. Formation and motion. And the next thing I saw with the rock and roll safeties, you are too predictable. They know, and it happened to us. Offensive coordinators are smart. Their job in offense is to go where you're not. What does that mean? All right, here we go. Rock and roll safeties. You got safety 1, safety 2. If you motion the guy across and you roll him down, now what does that mean? He should be going back playing middle of the field. That leaves a vacancy over here. That's when you start seeing running backs running wheel routes against who? Linebackers. It's a mismatch. So when quarterbacks start to see this rock and roll stuff, they understand what's happening. So you have to be careful with that. I'm not telling you how to do your job. You're the defensive coordinator. I'm just telling you what I see. That's kind of what I gather as a whole out of it. I want to open up the phone line. There's a new system in play. Real quick, I'm going to put some respect on y'all name, and I understand. But I want to give a big shout out right quick. We got us a dono in the building. Big shout out to Alex Tabio from from Pioneer Mortgage Funding with the $25 on Cash App. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And as well, let me go back and get some respect. Put some respect on ATL Kane. He got hot with me. I get it, dog. Coach, roll up your sleeves, pull out the whiteboard, and break down the new defensive scheme. Strengths, weaknesses, and do we have the right personnel? All right, I'm not going to pull out a whiteboard, not today. We'll do that on another show because it's kind of impromptu. I wasn't even prepared to do this. I kind of told you what's going on. Do we have the right personnel? I think so. You can't tell me we don't have the guys because you play a lot of man. We don't have guys who can run with them. Bro, everybody talk about South Florida talent. We got guys who can run. But they have to help themselves through technique and fundamentals. That's an issue. They also have to help themselves through something I saw was communication. Knowing where your help is. Just because I'm playing man, you're not out there by yourself. Know where your help is. I'm going to tell you what popped off the tape for me. The fact that every play, if you go watch the Notre Dame game, I didn't do the condensed version. I looked at the whole hour and 45 minutes. They took out the commercials. 90 to 93% of that video on the defensive side, DBs and linebackers communicating. They're doing something with their hands. They're talking. I don't care even if they're faking it. They're doing some kind of communication skill. That means they're all on the same page. I used to have a saying to my players on defense. If we're all wrong, we're all right. What does that mean? If I call play A and everybody on the field checks play B, then we all right because everybody's on the same page. But if 4 of the players on play A and 7 of the players on play B, there's going to be a breakdown in communication of some form or fashion. As long as we all on the same page, we should be all right. And make sure there's no more super chats in here. I'm not even sure why that thing didn't pop up. I don't know what's going on. I got the alerts on. Coach fired up. Let's go into the system. Thank you, ATL Canes, for that. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super chat of the $4.99. You'll see the robot popping in. I got my own robot now. Subscribe now and join the team. It's free, baby. Come be a part of the team with Coach Hayes. See that right there? ATL Kane, to my respect it. You'd have popped up on the screen automatically, baby. Ladies chat, $4.99. Thank you. All right, here we go. The phone line. It's a little different than before if you're not accustomed to it. When you call in, you will automatically be muted. You will be able to hear the conversation going on. Okay? Based on the amount of people in the chat, if there's people waiting, I'm going to have to rush you. I'm going to put the timer on you. If you hear this, that means wrap it up. Land the plane. If you don't land the plane, meaning that last bar that come out your mouth, you're going to hear this. Your plane crashed. I might have to hang up on you. I'm not doing it because I don't want you to, but I want to respect other people who's been there waiting. So I want to give you 2 minutes, say your piece. Maybe I may respond to it, answer it, so forth. I know I suck at it. T. Hines, my communication producer, gets on me every show. Coach, 2 minutes. Coach, 2 minutes. Coach, 2 minutes. So in the word of Hoodie Girl, if you don't listen to this, you will get this. 862-799-9956. It is a brand new number. If you want to, please go ahead and store that number. You can store it under Coach Hayes. You can call me, but don't call me Collect. $4.99 Shad. Appreciate it, Coach. I believe this is the scheme that will keep JW close to the Los. Oh, line of scrimmage. Come on, Hayes, tighten up. This will keep James Williams close to the line of scrimmage. I could agree with that. But I have to say, I don't know, from what I saw in that footage and that film, I didn't see a lot of safety blitzing. But again, I only watched Notre Dame. I didn't trip. All right? When I get you to come in, I will call the last 4 digits of your phone number to let you know I'm coming to you. So hopefully you're paying attention. If not, you'll be up out of there. See? Look at T. Hines already in the building. That part. I'm sorry, T. Hines. I apologize. Y'all ready to get this thing rocking? Let's get this thing rocking. Appreciate that, Shad, for the $4.99. Thank you so much. All right. 1004 coming to you. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you're calling from. You got 2 minutes to make this thing happen.
Hey, Coach. This is Anthony.
Anthony, how you doing, man? Appreciate you.
I'm doing well. Hey, Coach. I have a question. Let's say, hypothetically, we keep Charlie Strong on the staff. Do you think he would talk to Guidry and mix some of the concepts he knows as a coordinator with the stuff that you saw on tape with Guidry?
To answer your question, I don't know if Charlie Strong stays. I have no idea. Like everybody's saying Charlie Strong is going to get pulled to Alabama. He may well. He may get an NFL job. I don't know. But here's what I do know. I don't know if I'm Charlie Strong. I will offer my input if asked. I will put it out there. But right now, we got to let people do their job. And we have to know how to lead. We have to know how to follow.
Okay, and this is a second question, actually, also. I wasn't able to see some of the tape. Does he play a lot of single high safety on top of doing man-to-man?
Sometimes. A lot of it's what they call a rock and roll concept. We have a too high safety, you try to disguise it so you don't know what safety's doing what. And then he'll rock a guy down. Sometimes he will come straight out and play a single high safety. I guess he left. He crashed his own plane. That boy done blew up out there. Knox Kane 94 for the $10. Thank you so much. Coach, I see the cane juice in your eyes tonight. Laugh out loud. Glad to see a young coach join the staff. Hope Coach Strong stays. That ain't cane juice. I got fire in my eyes because Coach fired up. You understand me? Y'all don't understand what's going on, man. Coach feeling it right now. Coach feeling good right now. Why am I feeling good? Because this is what I've been asking for the longest. Get this stuff off here. Getting ready to come to the next caller. 6029 coming to you right now. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from. 6029, caller, talk to us.
Yeah. Oh, okay. What's up, Coach Hayes? It's me. This is Jay Blaze.
What's up with you, baby? What's up, brother Jay Blaze? What's up? Talk to me.
Up, man. I love it. Hey, I did my little research, and I'm continuing to do the same thing. But I see that he's a very passionate coach, and I have a question about from last week with the continuity and getting, Dwell, the other coaches merging. So I'm in an unknown sit back and wait type deal with this whole situation until I can really evaluate and analyze and see what's going on with it. What is your thoughts on it?
I still have concerns from the offensive coordinator side, but I'm not going to kill my joy, as they say in the church. Don't let it kill your joy. I'm going to enjoy this win right now. I am. Now, tomorrow, I still have an issue with what's going on with the OC position, but I'm going to enjoy this win. I'm going to enjoy the fact that our players have somebody already in place that can start implementing stuff and give them the advantage they deserve. So I'm going to enjoy this win. Offensive coordinator wise,
okay.
I don't know why. We've known the guy been gone since the end of November, beginning of December. We knew there was whatever the issues were. Again, trust me, they know way more than we know. And so with that being said, Blaze,
I'm also curious to see, by him being a defensive coordinator, I'm curious to see how he's going to tailor his defense around the talent that's on the team, knowing that, sitting back and analyzing the players and evaluating so he can tailor his defense with that. I'm sure he's probably doing that now, watching film on different players. And his relationship with Mario, I'm pretty sure will be okay. But I'm just putting my trust in Mario, though, and hopefully, it'll work out.
Bro, you landed the plane right on time because I hear you. You're 100% right, Blaze. It is on them. They got to build a rapport, relationship with one another. But right now, it's time to get to work, dog. Spring ball starts in less than a month. It's time to get to work, bro.
That's right.
Already.
All right.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot, Blaze. Yes, sir.
Bless, Coach.
You too, man. All right, we're going to our next caller in the building. Let me get this up. Coach got to work a little bit. You know how it go. Oh, shoot, he popped off of there. All right, going to our next caller, 1259, coming to you right now. But real quick before I do that, let me get his love out to these donos. $4.99. What are your thoughts on Antoine Jackson wanting out of his NLI, meaning his national letter of intent? I understand. Maybe that's not what he wanted. Maybe he's found another place to go. I had this call earlier. I understand. Right? As fans, we want to keep him. But if he's not happy, I'd rather him go now. I have to be very honest. I would rather him go now. Why? Let him go where he's going to go. I don't want to keep that kid, then he got to transfer, get in the transfer portal later. I'm wasting time, effort, energy, resources, and money for maybe a guy who doesn't want to be here. And that's okay. And that is okay. This is not a knock on Antoine Jackson whatsoever. You have to make the decision that is best for you. I have to be very honest. You have to make a decision that's best for you. And Eldridge, appreciate you. $5 super sticker. The Woods. It's rumored we already have an OC just working out contract specs. What's your feeling who Mario will select as OC? I don't know, bro. I hear it's Jason Kendall, Nussmeier, Scott Frost. I heard Scott Frost, he wouldn't let Scott Frost bring a receiver coach. I don't get into all that. And I appreciate you asking me. I don't care. The reason I'm so fired up and somebody said I'm overselling it, I'm not overselling it. I trust that Mario Cristobal will pick the person he wants, and I'm going to go behind it till I see something different. I don't have an opinion. I had an opinion about the process. I don't care who the person was. If you wanted to keep Josh Gaddis, keep him. If you wanted to keep Kevin Steele, keep him. I just want the process for these young men to get an opportunity. I don't have an opinion. And I try not to do that because I hate second-guessing coaches. But that's just how I appreciate it. But appreciate the $10 Woods. Thank you so much. Reggie, $5. I'm coming to you, $12.59. Coach, you bringing all kinds of FAA regulations. Got folks with 0 flight hours landing planes. Hey, that's why they do this when they landed. Them boys crashed and burned. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Appreciate you, Reggie, as always, man. All right. We going there right now, 12:59. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from. You got 2 minutes.
What's up, man? This is J Love C, straight out of Miami.
J Love, you told me. Hold on, I'm fired up, J Love. You told me to bring the energy. That's what you told me.
Bring it, boy.
You told me to bring the energy, right? That's what I'm doing.
Bro.
Talk to me, J Love.
Listen, man. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. Let me say my piece. I don't give a damn who the OC is. I don't give a damn. Run the damn ball. Run it. Since that's our strength, lean on the defense and run the ball. Run it. Run it, run it, run it. 4th and 1, run it. Now, we still ain't done yet because we got to hit that portal. To get to 9 wins, we need depth. I still think we need another piece at the offensive line, maybe 2, and let's find a gangster at the rush at the edge for the defense to be truly successful. But we got to run the ball. Mark Fletcher, get ready.
So what's up with Citizen?
Get ready.
What's up with Citizen? Don't be skipping Citizen.
Get ready. That's what I'm trying to say, Hayes. They all got to be ready. All 4. They all got to touch the ball. That's why everybody's talking about the OC. I'm happy how Mario did it. I don't know if he planned it, but I think he did it the right way. Set up how we're going to run, how we're going to play the defense, because whoever we got to add, we can add on. And let's do what we can do best. And that's run behind that offensive line and run the ball. Run it.
So to your point, J Love, I'm with you. And I think a lot of people are taking you very literal, right? They think that you just want to run the ball, the old wishbone, right? And I don't think that's what you mean. What you're trying to say is we have to make sure we do establish a run game. Somebody asked me that today matter of fact, me and Holson were talking. And we were talking about football schemes and philosophies. And we were talking about, I was still saying, as much as this is a pass-happy league, you still have to establish a run game. You still have to be able to keep people off the field. You understand? You still have to do those things. Go ahead, say your last piece because you're about to crash.
Yeah, like I said, the last 4 weeks of the season, it will be about the running game, not passing the ball. So yes, you do have to establish the run. So when we can get in the red zone, it will be successful. Yes, I know it's not a passing league, but guess what? We have to play to our strengths, not everyone else around the country. That's what's everybody's problem. They want to do what everybody else is doing. We got to do what we do best.
Yes, sir.
On our recruiting places, who are we getting? We're getting the top running backs. We're getting the top offensive linemen. Let's establish the run. It don't have to be 70-30. It could be 55-45. Good night, Abe.
Hey, look, call me tonight, man. I asked you to call. I got to talk to you about something. You got to hit me up after the show, man.
Say less, bro.
All right. All right. Hold on, Ellen. Somebody said, Coach be taking away seconds from the call. They asked me a question. If you don't want to ask me a question, you better talk for 2 minutes. Somebody said, hit it, Coach. Go behind up out of here. All right, we're going to 7021. Next call on the line. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
What's up, Coach? This is Lakers fan 097 from Birmingham, Alabama.
All right, Lakers fan, talk to me.
I just wanted to call in to say, looking at Miami, how tight do you think this wire runs with Mario? Because I think just looking at the Miami landscape, they have a lot to compete with. And I mean, Florida State's coming back up. And I know you don't like hearing this as a Miami fan.
No, do your thing.
And then they have all the Alabamas and everybody's coming into that area. Like when Miami was good, they roped off Miami. I don't think that's happening. Do you think Mario can do that? And if he fails to do that, let's say in 2 more seasons, 3 more seasons from now, do you think it's over for him?
No, I think he's done a great job in recruiting. Has he gotten all of the elite players? No, but there's a change in tide, right? It doesn't happen overnight, but I do think he came in, he made some immediate impacts. He's grabbing the guys like the Reuben Bain, i.e. Dallas Turners, who are now going to the Alabamas. We're keeping them home. Bro, think about this. We kept a dude that has 30 sacks in Dade County for 2 years consecutively home, bro. That's huge. That is what you want. Like, that is what you want. So they say I take away the time. So I don't know if you got more to say, but I'm going to go ahead, finish your point, and then I'll respond.
Yes, sir. That was all I was saying. I was just looking at everything. And I also wanted to say, with Georgia Tech, and I'm not trying to hate on Miami. Georgia Tech is in a recruiting rich area, and both of y'all are in that division. I don't know how long the divisions are going to be for in that conference. Do you think if Georgia Tech beats Miami to the punch of becoming that, hey, we're going to take advantage of our recruiting area, do you think that spells trouble for Miami?
I don't. I still think Miami is stronger as a brand than Georgia Tech when it comes to football. And I truly believe that now that you have a guy, because we all know, everybody says Mario Cristobal is a recruiter. He is. That is his strong suit. Where I think he has to get out his own way is where he's not strong. He has to know what he doesn't know. And he has to get out his way and allow other people to do that and find somebody he trusts to do that. Whatever that may be, whatever he sees, that's what he has to do, in my opinion, man.
Yes, sir. Have a blessed night and roll tide.
Man, hold up. What you just said? Mother. Get up out of here with that foolishness, man. Your plane landed, but they're going to crash again. Get out of here. Get out of here with that foolishness, man. Anyway, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in, buddy. All right, let's go. The number is 862-799-9956. Got a whole new phone system. Guys, go ahead. I ain't seen Peanut in a while. What Peanut at? Peanut must have got stuck in the mud and just stayed in his car the whole time. Peanut ain't been around in a long time. I ain't heard Peanut. And where my man, Google Man at? I ain't talked to Google Man in a minute, man. So anyway, real quick, I appreciate it, guys. Go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I have no idea if I even got the subscriber thing on there, man. Maybe that's what it is because these doggone robots starting to come in here. Let me make sure I check this out. But I want to talk about this coordinator. I do want to talk about the coordinator. I want to make sure that people understand. Like I say, I don't know if the guy's going to work out or not. But from what he has shown me, I have to give him his credit. I'm just being honest. From what he has shown me so far, I give him his credit. It's just that simple. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. I mean, guys, you know, everybody else want to, I go back to Joe Brady. Oh, Joe Brady. Well, guess what? That's fine. Joe Brady ain't got a resume like this dude, and it worked out well for him. So that's fine. No big deal. I like to hire. I like to hire because I didn't know who he was. I have to be very honest. But as I look at it, I looked at the tape. I'm going to do some more digging and diving. And I'm going to look at what he does. There's some things he does that I like. There's some things he does I don't like. And that's okay. I'm Coach Hayes. I'm sitting behind a microphone in a camera. You understand me? And that's okay. But at the end of the day, guess what? If it's in Mario we trust, it's Mario we trust. And that's what we have to make sure we do. We got another call on the line. I think I know who this is. Let me make sure I check him out. All right, we got a call on the line, 2719 coming to you. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Talk to me, man. What's up with your groove?
No, man, just finished this good old workout, man.
Okay.
Just listening at the show. It was in the phone.
All right, so what's up, man? What's your thoughts on the hire?
Can you hear me good?
A little bit. It's a little low,
Man,
but it's all good.
Hold on. I'm taking my headphones. Can you hear me better now?
That's 100%. Guys, when y'all call in, do me a favor. Take those Bluetooths off your cars because it picks up all the background noise. So if you can talk on your phone, it's better. I hear you 100% better. Talk to me. He didn't even get off the ground. Crashed his plane into the side of the doggone. He crashed his plane into the side of the plane hangar. He fell off the edge of the doggone aircraft carrier. He can't even let this dude here, boy. All right, let's go. We got him back on the line. All right, Groove. You all right now?
Yeah, I'm good. Can you hear me good now?
I hear you perfect, man. Talk to us.
Oh man, like I said earlier, man, I'm kind of in wait and see mode with the DC. I don't dislike it, but I don't particularly just, you know what I'm saying, like it. I think we could have gave it to Steele. I think he had, he had
Still left us, man.
Players, man. Huh?
Still left us. You mean Strong?
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm sorry, Strong. I've been getting that name mixed up all day. I think we should have gave it to Strong. You feel what I'm saying? I think we needed a seasoned guy, a veteran, man, to kind of, he's been with the program. He knows these linebackers. He knows, he knows the player that's coming in. And I think he established a good rapport with the players, man. And I think you would have seen you would have saw a better product next season. Not saying the guy can't get it done. From what I saw, I think he seemed like a fiery guy. I seen some aggressiveness in the film I watched earlier. But I was kind of indifferent on some of the fronts I saw, as far as 2-down linemen, 3-down linemen. You know what I'm saying? It looked like a 3-4 in some instances, but I don't know if that's going to translate with some of our players on the D line. I mean, where do you play Bain at that point? Do you play him at the D? You know what I'm saying? Because I think DN standing up and going into coverage and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's like, man, we could have, if we're gonna go that route, we could have went with Steele, a guy that's got a track record of having good defense.
All right.
Strong. I'm sorry.
Strong. No problem. All right. Well, listen, the only reason I don't have a timer up, there's nobody else called in right now. So until somebody else calls in, you get a chance to run for free, Groove. So big shout out to Hoodie Girl. She said a bird flew in your plane engine, bro. And that's why you cracked. So anyway, listen. Groove, I can agree with you to a certain extent, but then I ask you this. What happens if Coach Strong doesn't want the job?
I mean, if he don't want the job, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing more you can do. But from my understanding, he wanted the job. So he wanted to be a D. He wanted to be a DC. I don't see why he wouldn't want to be a DC again. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's gonna be his next ticket to being a head coach.
All right, you got 2 minutes. We got callers calling in. So go ahead, get your point in.
Because now it looks like he may be going to Alabama. If that's the case, you know what I'm saying? We could have at least kept one prize possession at the U, because he recruited very well at a position of need, which was linebackers.
Okay, so why would you think? Go ahead. It's your time.
My next thing is, okay, does Mario allow this? Allow Lance to bring in his guys on the defense? Because if not, it seems like it's going to be the same thing as last year. At some point, you got to let the coordinators bring in their guys that know their system, so they can translate it to the players faster. Because with the players with a new DC, if you keep some of the same guys, it's going to be a learning curve, like the players. You feel what I'm saying? To see what he wants. So I think Mario should let this guy bring his guys in. Of course, I would say we need to give DVD find a way to put DVD on the field as far as on coaching role. But me personally, I would get rid of Ryder Salavea. Me personally, to clear up a spot for DVD.
Who's first, Wright or Salavea? Which one's first?
I would go with actually I'll go with Wright. I would go with Wright. I would say, hey man, I appreciate you. But we're gonna go on another. We're just gonna let Salavea, coach up the whole D line, and that frees up. You know what I'm saying? I know they don't want to get rid of Day. That way you can keep a Day and you can get DVD on the field before somebody comes snatch him up and get him on field role.
All right, well that makes sense. Groove, real quick before we get up out of here. Your plane about to crash. Real quick, I'm gonna say this. I need y'all to sit. Listen, hold on. Don't leave yet. Hold on. Don't leave yet. Next Sunday is Super Bowl. Listen, next Sunday is. Hey, listen, next Sunday is Super Bowl. Hold on, Groove. Next Sunday is Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
God damn, Groove. I'm gonna have to slap your face, Groove, because you're not listening. Next Sunday is Super Bowl, so we may go a little bit early, but we got a Crush Groove segment now. So this is what I need everybody to do. If you want to debate Groove, go to his Twitter account and spam him up and be like, I want to debate you, and then Groove, you set it up whoever you want.
So I got you.
All right,
do it
man.
Like that.
All
if y'all want some smoke, holler at me. You know I dish it out all day long, baby.
We want all this smoke.
Now, what I'm talking about, Groove. So, if you want to crush Groove
Yes, sir.
on next Sunday, I haven't put the time out yet. Hit him on his Twitter, not mine. Hit his Twitter account, and he'll pick who he want to battle. You understand me? So, with that being said, Groove,
Yep.
guess what, baby? Pull up, pull up, pull up. We gonna holler at you, boy. I appreciate you, baby.
All right, Mike.
Yeah. All right, man. We going to our next caller, man. Go get this thing happening, man. Let me see if I can get the next caller in. Is 7761 going to you right now. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
What's up, Coach? What's going on? It's Muhammad. How are you?
Muhammad, talk to me, man. What's going on with you, brother? How are you?
I'm good, man. How's everything? I'm good.
I'm great.
DC, this OC hire. To be honest with you, I don't really know this guy, the DC. I never really heard of him. To be real with you, I don't know if you have, but I guess we'll see, right? I guess we'll find out how he does. Supposedly, I read an article that he had a top defense. So, the only thing is, coaches, I've seen so many people have a top offense, defense at some other school, and then they come here and then it's nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like, I got to see it. I got to see it in orange and green before I can comment on it,
That's fair. That's fair. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm going to tell you what I've done. Remember I told you guys, and I know your timer has started, so if you like to talk, you're more than welcome. Appreciate that, Brother J. Blade. I said I didn't have any expectations year one. It is now year two, and now I have expectations. Go ahead, brother. If you'd like to finish your point, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're still in the rebuild, and I think probably again this year, maybe even next year. So, probably year 4 is when we'll really see, us really take off. Hopefully, right?
Yeah, hopefully, man. Like I said, hopefully this guy can come in. Apparently, he's a good teacher. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you what I'm impressed about is the amount of points allowed. We're talking pass happy leagues,
right.
and we're talking giving up 20.
Right.
Like you've given up just the average. Like I say, besides even 34 is not like I look at that and be like, whoa. It's not like he's giving up 55, 45, 24, 45, 35. No, he's giving up 45 and 24. The two highest.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's just, Coach, do you think in your opinion, does he have, how coaches say, you got to be able to cook the groceries. You want to be able to buy all the groceries, right? So does he have the players to run his system on our team?
I believe so. We have players. I'm sorry. Especially with this purge everybody talking about. We definitely should have the players. We're going into the portal. We got players.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm hoping, I'm willing. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see.
Well, you'll find out April 14th, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, you're right.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, man. Here we go with this foolishness. Somebody around here, JHYU. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for calling in, Muhammad. Right. Thanks a lot, man. Going to our next caller we got coming up. Let me see who's up here on the line next. We got 3198 in the building, number 3198. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you're calling from.
What's up, Coach? What's up, Coach? It's KC3, man. How you doing?
KC3, talk to me, baby. What's up with you, man?
Hey, Coach, I got a couple things for you, right? Couple things. First things first, right? Hey, all respect to Groove, but this Charlie Strong nonsense got to stop. When we just think about Charlie Strong as a coach, he is on the decline of his career. Him being a DC at this point, the man ain't called plays in 15 years. I could see Charlie Strong being an analyst before I could see him being a DC again in his career. That's the first point. Second point, and I'll leave Strong alone. I ain't here to pick on nobody. But here's why I'm excited about that DC hire. I'm gonna give you a different game that you didn't mention yet. So Troy, Marshall played Troy. You talked about the points allowed per game in the game, right? But let's look at what happened in the game.
Okay.
They gave up 421 yards on 56 plays, 7.5 yards per play. It was a tough game, Coach. It was almost like Middle Tennessee State for us. Troy had 5 possessions where the defense gave up chunk plays of 50 yards, 63 yards, 44 yards, 58 yards, and 60 yards. And somehow they only allowed 9 points all game. So the defense in that game, it was one of the worst performances of the year, right? In terms of busted coverages, in terms of yards allowed.
Mm-hmm.
But they showed the resiliency to get stops when they needed to get stops.
Gotcha.
Imagine, Miami fans, imagine if Middle Tennessee State, we gave up some of them chunk plays that we did. But we buckled down and held them to 3 points instead of allowing 6 touchdowns.
And to your point, man, right? Because your plane about to fall off the cliff. But to your point, you give up 16 points and your offense only gets 7, even though you gave up almost 500 yards on the field. Offense got to help you out at some point. So you're probably giving them up because apparently you're going
The
3 and
offense
out.
gave away a touchdown. The quarterback threw a pick 6 that game. Defense didn't allow 1 touchdown all game.
Come on. And you see, that's what I said. I didn't watch the detail, but that's huge right there, man. But KC3, man, I think you need to go on Groove Twitter, man. Challenge him up, man, for the next show. I think y'all need to run that segment, man. I think he wants that smoke.
Appreciate you, Coach. Have a good one, bro.
All right. Appreciate it, man. We're going to get him to the next one. Also, do me a quick favor. Ellen, do me a favor. Throw Groove's tweeter. Throw his Twitter account up in the chat so people can go in there and challenge my man. We're going to get to the next caller in the building. All right, here we go. Caller 8016 in the building. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Hey, what's up, Coach Hayes? It's Melissa, a.k.a. Hoodie Girl.
A.k.a. Hoodie Girl in the building. Y'all clap it up for Hoodie Girl. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the fact, I've always said this, and I appreciate you. I always want to have more women on the channel, give their points of view. Talk to us, Hoodie Girl. What's your point of view? And we got a female pilot right now. Talk to us.
Actually, I'm not sure if you've already covered this because I kind of been on and off the show tonight. But I'm curious as to your thoughts on why we hired a defensive coordinator so quickly, whereas the last 2 seasons, it seems like it's taken so long for us to get an offensive coordinator. Was this something that Mario always had in his back pocket and he knew who he wanted and maybe Steele was on his way out before we knew he was on his way out? Or Mario's just going through different choices of offensive coordinators getting turned down and stuff, and this guy happened to be his first choice?
To your point, I think is very valid, right? I think that there's a Willie Taggart connection in there. He knows Willie Taggart. He jumps on the phone. He's looking for a DC. I don't know who's out there right now, but he's looking for a guy. Like I say, these agents, all these guys get into this mix, right, when they're looking for somebody. I don't know if there is something else on the offensive side. I love the fact he moved. And again, 48 hours is extremely fast. So I'm not saying it has to be like this all the time, but it should not be 2.5, 3 months. But the fact that he did this in 48 hours, like even if a month, I'm cool with a month, right? Looking for a guy, but it shouldn't take longer than that. Like even like say Nick Saban, my man leaves on January 13th or 14th. Boom, they replaced the dude yesterday or 2 days ago. So it's about 3.5 weeks. That's pretty reasonable. But when we're talking about, you knew he was out. Josh Gaddis was out in December. The end of November, early December. And we still don't have anybody. We still don't have a receiver coach. Frank Ponce has now been gone 2.5 weeks. I don't know if he's leaving that to let the OC bring somebody in. But then I'm also hearing he wanted Scott Frost. Scott Frost wants to bring his receiver coach, and he like, no. So I don't know what the truth is. That's why I try not to speculate. I just try to react to it because I'm not in those meetings, if that makes sense. But I think that the inner workings for this defensive coordinator was because I think he found somebody he trusts. He found somebody he trusts, and we can ride out. You're the only caller, so I'm not worried about it. You're not going to crash and burn, baby. Fly on, fly on. You're the only one on the line right now. So we can have a good conversation. I'm glad you're here. But I think he's listening to the people that he trusts. Maybe Willie Taggart. Maybe it's an agent in the back end. Whatever the case may be. Maybe even Jim Harbaugh. I'm not here Jim Harbaugh, but Nick Saban. I don't know. But I love the way it moved. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I actually like this defensive hire. I honestly had no idea who the guy was when they announced him today, but I did some research, and it's not the sexy hire. And quite honestly, I don't think we want the sexy hire at this point. There was too much noise around all the hirings last year, and it just didn't work. So why keep going in the same direction if it didn't work? This guy's got a lot to prove. He's got a lot of energy. He knows how to throw the U up properly. I don't know if you saw his post on Twitter, but his U is in proper form. But as far as the offensive side of the ball is concerned, I think Mario's taking his time because he knows he needs to get this right. He can't screw this up. He can't screw this up again and have another Josh Gaddis situation 2 years in a row. He's definitely got to get this OC correct. But I mean, we're just getting close to spring ball, so it's even starting to make me nervous.
So I'm gonna ask you a question since we're on the line. We got a chance to kind of chop it up.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my question, and I understand where you're coming from. In the words of my man Shad, he said, in dominoes, there's a saying called "think long, you think wrong." Well, I'm gonna use another one.
Mm-hmm.
You've taken a test before in life, right, Melissa?
I've taken a test?
Yeah, just a regular test in school.
Oh, yeah, I'm a graduate of the U.
There you go. How many times have you taken a test and you can look at that question and you have no clue what it's talking about? I don't care how long you stare at it, the answer is not going to come to your head.
Yep.
So I said that to say the same
time.
Exactly, right? So I said that to say this. The longer you sit there and look at it, the more time you waste. But guess what's happening? All of your potential answers are walking out of the door, going to other institutions. So what I'm saying is you have to make a decision at some point. And why I'm so fired up tonight is because he made a decision and it was an affirmative decision. Like, man, this the dude, let's go with it, post it, let's go. Whether it's right or wrong, you made a decision. And that's what I'm happy about. That's what I'm happy about. It wasn't like nobody heard. Let me ask you this. You could call rumblings. The only rumbling I heard was Charlie Strong, defensive coordinator. 2 days later, man, look at this dude, the coordinator, man. Let's rock and roll. Now, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, it wasn't even a name we heard. Like, I heard some rumors about some different guys. Even up until last night, I had heard that the Dolphins linebacker coach was on the top list of guys that was going to be our defensive coordinator. So, I mean, this guy like came out of nowhere, but I like that. I'm cool with that. Like, people are gonna bitch and complain that, you know, he's coming from Marshall and it's not a P5 school, and, you know, you got to make your noise somewhere. I'm hoping he'll be, you know, a fresh set of eyes, just something fresh to bring into the program after the dismal season we had last year. But in the back of my mind, the offensive coordinator thing is just like burning a hole in me. I was like, I want to know who we're getting. Like, I want to see TVD of 2021. You know, I want to be putting up 50 points on people. I don't want to be losing by 40 to FSU. Like, I want to win again, man. It's been too long. I graduated from the U in 2000. I started at the U in 2004. So I didn't really get to live the good days of, you know, UM winning championships. I was there right at the start of the downfall. So yeah, I need some wins, man.
Yeah. Now especially if you went to the U, you definitely have to have them. But no, to your point, you're 100% right. But like, I'll talk about the offensive side, but I want to enjoy this win tonight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of them things where we beat App State by the field goal. It may not be a pretty win. It's a win. I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to keep moving. And tomorrow we'll worry about the offensive coordinator. But tonight, I'm going to celebrate the defensive too, man.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely celebrate the defensive hire. But my expectations for next season, regardless of who our offensive coordinator is just win the games we're supposed to win. And then the games that are either 50-50 games or games where everyone's going to be like, no, we're going to lose that. At least make it respectable. Make it a close game. Let's not get left out of our own stadium losing by 40 to our rival. You know, let's beat the so-called cupcake teams. We shouldn't have any more of these MTSU, you know, disasters. You know, I have season tickets, so I was in the stands for these things. It's hard. It's hard to watch.
I love it, man.
That MTSU game was almost as hard as the last game in the Orange Bowl, which was my senior year. So that was the last game I attended as a student, and it was the last game in the OB, and that Virginia 48-0 debacle. That hurt pretty much just as much, that MTSU loss.
Wow. That's awesome. Well, I appreciate it, Melissa. I see I got a call up here now, but thank you so much. We're going to have you on the show here soon. We'll definitely chop it up. I'm glad to see my man Coop back.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, I'm glad to see Coop back. I know he kind of getting his feet wet.
Land that plane. You have a good night, Coach Hayes.
All right. Land the plane. Don't crash it. Take it easy. Thanks a lot, Willis. Appreciate it. All right, man. Great call from the Hoodie Girl, AK. Go check her out on Twitter. Let's get that thing rocking and rolling. Do me a favor, Hoodie Girl. Put it in the chat as well and make it happen. We're going to 9431. Caller 9431 on the line right now. Talk to us. You got 2 minutes.
Hey, Coach Hayes, what's happening, man? First time caller. This is Tony from Melbourne, Florida. What's happening with you?
I'm good, Tony. Talk to me, man. Appreciate you being, calling in.
Hey, no problem, man. I just actually just pulled you up and seen the number, just called in. It's funny, you coached with Mario Cristobal. How many years did you coach with Mario Cristobal at FIU?
His last year there in 2012.
Last year there in 12? Okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you had coached with a friend of mine, Robert Mitchell, that went to FIU. But anyway, I like the hire. I like the fact that he's actually had a top 10 defense before. I feel like it would be an improve, and he's a bit younger than the last coach we had. Now, it's funny how people want to pick on him coming from a small school, but these same people love Red Lashley. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you need to go get new blood and somebody who got something to prove instead of somebody who already feel like they're on top of the world, like Gaddis, who came around with the wrong attitude. And you know what I mean? This coach, obviously, the places he's been, he has worked well with the staff he's been with. You know what I mean? That's one thing we need right now, if you ask me.
No, I listen. I totally agree. I totally agree with. But I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, let you finish your point. But go ahead.
Okay, yeah, and you know what I mean? On the other side of the ball, I feel like if we can improve our offensive line, the problem we've had at the University of Miami for I don't know how many years is we haven't been able to run the football, like really run the football. Like we haven't been able to push people up front. Now, if we can start doing that, that'll help our defense alone. Imagine how well our defense would have looked last year had we been able to stay on the field and actually run the ball. If we can start running the ball, that'll transform our whole university, bro. Then we'll be able to scheme more and pass the ball. Our play action, different types of plays. We haven't been able to run the ball.
No, listen, you're 100% right, bro. We have to be able to run the ball. I've said that from the beginning. I know this is a pass-happy league and so forth and so on. But at the end of the day, you have to be able to do that. You have to get guys to move people. I do think we got bit by the injury bug. I don't care who the coach is. It'll be hard to overcome that, even though if you try to scheme yourself out of it because you couldn't run the ball, right? Our big back didn't play like a big back in Thad Franklin. He kind of tiptoed through the tulips. So where the big bodies up front were kind of lacking due to injury, the big guy running the ball didn't kind of balance that out with hard ball running. I mean, even if Rooster ran hard, forget the fumbling, but even if he ran hard, he's a 180-pound dude. That's like running a Geo Metro into a wall at 100 miles an hour. Probably don't make the same impact as if I run a doggone semi-truck into a wall at 50 miles per hour with basic physics.
Bro.
But I totally agree with you.
In the North Carolina game, if he holds on to the ball, that's a win. That's a won game. That transform our season. That's a bowl season. If he holds on to the ball, Rooster wasn't running hard enough. None of our running backs really ran hard enough. And then the ones that really could run stayed injured. So what can we do?
Yeah.
All we could do is fast forward to this year. We got a better line. If we can find some chemistry on our offensive line, which I believe we are going to be able to. I ain't even seen the offensive coordinator hired, but I know it's got to be better than what we just got. This reminds me of Manny's first season when he had to fire his offensive coordinator and realize where he went wrong. And that's where he came up with Red Lashley.
Tough,
so I'll give Mario time.
Yeah, but here's my question. Like I said, we riding out because there's nobody else calling right now. I love this because I can see who's calling. No, but I'm just saying, I know, we got a little 2-minute deal, but nobody else calling, so it is what it is. But listen, here's my thing. Here's my thing, man. I'm trying to stay away from the OC because I like to smile, man. I like to drink my cane juice. I like to have a good time. Like, this is a good win. I'm feeling good. My heart beating nice and fast.
Yeah.
I don't have any stress on me. Like, I'm feeling good, man. I really enjoying this. And again, this is not because of the person more than it is the process. I don't know what this guy's going to turn out to be, But I will say this. One thing I don't understand about fan bases, but I'm going to have to understand because it's fan bases, is we pick things to fit our narrative. And we just don't call a spade a spade. I go back to this again. Nobody ever heard of Pete Golden. University of Texas San Antonio, Tusculum College, those kind of schools. And he gets a job at Alabama. Now, last year wasn't maybe what he wanted, but he's been a coordinator there for 4 years. For 4 years, he's been a coordinator there. Why can't this guy come in and do the same thing? And here's the thing.
Hey,
he's got a way better record on that level than my man right here, than Pete Golden does. So why don't we give the benefit of the doubt? Why not get a benefit of the doubt?
Nobody had ever heard of Urban Meyer.
True story.
Nobody had ever heard of Urban Meyer. When he came, I can't remember the coaching the place in Ohio he coached at first, but nobody heard of him before he jumped. Nobody knows. You got to give people a chance. You know what I mean? You got to give people a chance. You can jump on this defensive coordinator all you want, but the proof is in the pudding. He's been a part of a top 10 defense, and they beat Notre Dame. And I'm watching the film, and they are matching up with them, if not beefing them around on the offensive front, and that's Marshall going against Notre Dame.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, you're 100% correct.
I went back and watched the game.
Mm-hmm.
They picked them off first. They picked them off first drive. They look like they had the same kind of athletes as Notre Dame, and that's Marshall.
Yeah, that's true story, man.
Give the man a chance.
That's true story. Well, bro, I appreciate it. I got some other people calling in now, so I got to go on and push on. But with nobody calling, so I stayed on with it.
Talking to you, man.
You too, man. I appreciate you calling in, man. You've been watching the channel before, or you just the first time watching it?
No, I listen to you all the time. This is my first time calling.
Got you. All right, thank you, man. I appreciate that, brother.
Cane.
Yes, sir. Go Cane.
For sure.
All right, we're going to 6849 in the building, number 6849. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you're calling from. You got 2 minutes.
Coach Hayes, what's going on?
I'm good. Talk to me.
All right, man. It's DT, man, calling from Miami, man.
All right, DT.
Hey, Coach, man. I've been watching Miami play for years, man. And Miami, it don't matter who Miami coaches was. Those players were dogs. On that defense, man, it don't matter who was coaching them boys, man. It ain't even matter. You couldn't run the sideline to sideline. Them boys were everywhere. They need to get some players in there that want to be Miami Hurricanes, man. I think that's what it comes down to. I don't care who the coach is. For those players, with their pride, man, those players got to show some more pride, coach.
Okay, so to that point, where do they get those players from? Do they have to come from the crib? Do they come from elsewhere? What talk to me.
The main players came from the crib. And those other guys from out of town wanted to play with these boys down here, man.
Okay, so who on our team? If you had to say his name right now, who would be 2 or 3 guys that's on the team right now that you're saying they ain't giving it y'all? Let's call them names.
Who dogs right now?
No, who's slouching right now?
Say it again, Coach.
I need 2 or 3 names of people that's on this team right now that's still on our roster that we saying they ain't holding their weight.
They ain't holding their weight. Those D tackles, Coach. Those guys opened up the floodgates, Coach. When they had Coach Shanahan, Coach, they were playing 7 in the box. They didn't even need to drop 8 down there. The 2 safety stayed back, man. They just beat you up, man.
Who is this you talking about?
They just beat you up, man.
Coach Shannon, you talking about Randy Shannon?
Yes.
Uh-oh, you know what that
Back
means.
in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again.
You couldn't run the ball in Miami.
Okay, we talking about back in the days. We talking about 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
We talking about like guys like William Joseph, those guys like Lewis, those tackles in the inside. All those these had nose guards going first round all the time.
All right. Well, we got to get that backed up, man. But, bro, DT, I appreciate you.
Get that back, Coach.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you calling in. Let me go and get to these next callers. All right, good call right there from DT. Look, as soon as I was finna go to them, they hung up. Check it out, man. 862-799-9956. Y'all call in. Don't get what you call it. Don't get discouraged. Huh? Y'all give Mario 3 months to find an OC. Y'all can't give me 2 minutes to get a dude off the line. Come on, man. Talk to your boy. Don't act like that. My man Shad, be safe out there, man. He said I gotta call in when I stop. Be safe out there, bro. All right. So to the last caller's point, DT's point, he was saying that we got to get some dogs. Well, I need to say their name. We from the crib. We call your name if you ain't balling. If you was in practice with us, guess what? You ain't doing your part. We call your name. Now we don't want to call their name. I want to call their name. All right, here we go. We got a new call on the line. Let's see what's going on. All right, 6455 coming to you right now. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from? Hello.
Hey, Coach Hayes.
How you doing?
This Lexus. How are you?
Hey, Lexus. How you doing? You cheesing when you talk to me? Cut it out, Lexus.
I just want to ask a question.
Uh-huh.
The game you keep talking about that you all won against Notre Dame.
No, that wasn't us. That was Marshall. That wasn't Miami. That was Marshall.
How long ago was that?
Last year.
Last year.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Marshall beat. Oh, you were talking about the coach that was on the team that beat Notre Dame.
That's correct. Yeah, the coach that we just hired was the coach from Marshall who beat Notre Dame.
When Marshall beat Notre Dame.
Right.
Okay, so what I want to say about games like that is, first of all, I don't have to tell you this stuff, so we just talking because you've been a coach yourself, that anybody, any team can beat any other team on any given day. You know, you can have one of the what I like to call fluke games, where you have what Coach Prime always called a quote money game, where these teams that are just nowhere near as good as the other teams play each other because a big check is written. And then, you know, who knows? Some fluke could happen. They mess around and actually beat them on top of getting paid. So we know this kind of thing can happen. And so I said that to say, I'm not going to put a whole lot of stock in Marshall beating Notre Dame for that reason. Of course, I don't know this coach. Never heard of him before. You got the coaching experience, so I listen to you talking about him and giving information on him, which helps me just kind of get to know him a little bit better and understand. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like you say the same thing about the coach that you do the players. That's why I'm not so quick to give all these kids, or young adults, maybe I should say, 4 stars and 5 stars. And I get why they do it. Don't get me wrong. I understand it. I understand it all. But I'm just one of them that I'm not so quick to give them no stars to get them on the field and actually play and earn one. That's just kind of the way I was raised. You don't be given anything, you earn it. So I understand the philosophy behind what they're saying when they give these kids these stars. For me, they'll get a star when they get on the field and play like one. And so I would say the same thing about some of these coaches as well. They'll get their accolades or their flowers or whatever you want to call it, even their championship rings, when they get on the field and coach like they're champions. And then finally, I want to say, Coach, why are you sitting up here on this YouTube channel? Why aren't you somewhere coaching? You give it all this coaching advice and saying what needs to be done and ought to be done and should be done, and it sounds pretty doggone good to me. So I like to ask you, why aren't you coaching?
Well, I stopped coaching.
And helping out some of these people.
Well, I stopped coaching due to COVID. I did this playing around, and it turned into what it is, 30,000 something subscribers later. So I appreciate that. But I have to be very honest. It's a lot different today in that sense. Tell you a Georgia fan, tell Kirby Smart to call your boy. If that cash right, Hayes there every night. Coach been smooth since days of under rules, Lexus. You understand me? I'm ready. But that cash got to be right.
I hear you. Let me ask you this. Last question, and I'm going to jump off.
I'm about to crash this plane, Lexus.
What is getting to know you now. So forgive my question.
All right, so I coached in Miami for about 15 years at high school down there at Miami Norland, Jackson. I coached at FIU with Coach Cristobal. I came up to Orlando up here, and I coached high school ball up here, and I started doing this. And that's really how it all came out to be. But go check out CoachHayesFootball.com. Go to the About section. You'll read all about your boy. All right. Lex, you got me.
All right, that's
you got me
all
blushing.
I have to say. You have a wonderful night, and I'm enjoying your show. Thank you.
Yes,
for your
ma'am.
time, Coach.
I got to crash your plane, Lex. You got Coach up here blushing. Let me go to get you up out of here. We got 5115 in the building. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
What's up, Coach Hayes? It's Chris Kings for life, man. What's going on with you, brother?
Chris King, talk to me, man. What's up with you, man? How you feeling, man? How you feeling about the high, man?
Man, I don't know, man. All I know is Coach like Starsky and Hutch. Stick the clutch. I'm going to leave it at that, Coach.
Oh,
I'm going to leave it at that, Coach.
Starsky and Hutch, stick the clutch.
I don't know, Coach. Oh, man. What else is there to say?
I don't know.
I
You
mean,
tell me,
Mario,
as a fan, how do you feel? As a fan, when you first heard the name Lance Guidry, how did you feel? After you said, who the fuck is that? After you said that.
That's all I said. I ain't say nothing else after that.
You ain't go Google?
I ain't say nothing else. You took words right out of my mouth. The one thing that I said was like, did Mario ever get back to Coach Hayes? And
Nah,
not,
he never hit me up.
That's number one. Number two, who is this dude? So
I don't know, Craig. You better talk. You better tell me something. Only reason I ain't started your time, ain't nobody else called in. So go ahead. I'm waiting on you.
Man, I don't know, Coach. I don't know. We just gonna pray and just have a little walk with Jesus, a little talk with him, and tell him all the problems that we got at Miami, which he already knows. But we'll just see what works, because you can't keep.
Sound like you whispering, dog. What
you never get nothing.
You hiding from the police? It sound like you whispering, like you finna tell us a secret, and it's 477 people watching.
Oh no, I ain't got no secrets. I got to go my ass to work in the morning. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Babies asleep and stuff like that. That is. Yeah, man. But because I ain't want to be too loud.
Nah, I got you on the TV, man.
I just don't know, man. I just hope that this works. I just hope this lightning in the bottle, it strikes, and it works. I mean, I don't care where he's from. As long as he knows how to be fundamentally sound and do the right thing for our kids, and he's there for more than a damn year. That's all. Because we're not going to get nowhere hiring and firing, playing hot potato with the damn hiring. It ain't going to do nothing for us. We're going to be shooting ourselves in the foot every single time. And last I checked, we only got 10 toes left. We done shot ourselves in the foot how many times now, Coach?
9?
I mean, yeah, well, I mean, we done had what, Enos? You had who else? Lashley, Gaddis. We down to 7 now, Coach. What we gonna do? We can't keep going back around with this, and then we don't promote Charlie Strong. What's up with that?
So here's my thing. I like I said, I don't know. Speaking of the Charlie Strong thing, I can't speak for Charlie Strong in the sense of why he didn't get the job. It'll come out in the wash sooner or later. If he didn't give him the job, If he didn't give him the job and Charlie Strong stays, I'm going to take that as him saying, I did not want the DC job. If you see Charlie Strong, if you see Charlie Strong jump ship and go make a lateral move to go be another linebacker coach, position coach, analyst, because our rate is competitive now, right? Meaning our coaching salaries are competitive now. Then I would take that as Mario tried me and I'm out. I'm going where I'm appreciated and not tolerated. That's how I'm looking at it. Again, that's the only way I can look at it because I'm not on the inside. I could probably call people, but I don't care that much, to be honest, because at the end of the day, that's still speculation. I heard somebody told me. That's not me. I don't have time for it. I got so much I'm trying to do. To call somebody, hey, I heard my sister, uncle, brother, cousin said that Charlie Strong really didn't want the job because he overheard him when he was at the drive-thru at McDonald's. And she worked the drive-thru late night shift. No, I ain't got time for all that. So I would just read it. I would just read it as if Charlie Strong stays on staff and works under Lance Guidry, then he passed up the opportunity to be the DC. If Charlie Strong jumps ship and goes to Bama, maybe he's comfortable. He might want to retire out of this thing. He probably said, man, I got 2 more years. My family is located here in Miami. We want to retire in this area, whatever. I don't know. The weather ain't killing us. I mean, it don't get that bad in Alabama, in Tuscaloosa, or wherever he may be going. But I don't know. I'll just take it at that. You understand what I'm saying? And go from there.
Yeah. So we can do, Coach, and that's what it's like the 50-50 ball as far as that. That's what that is for right now. I mean, maybe Benson just want to go ahead and just want to chill.
Oh God, hey Chris Canes, I love you, dog. Every time you get on the phone, boy, they be riding you. Kane, I love you, bro. Oh God.
Oh yeah, I got my dog with me. That's why.
Nah, you good, man. I appreciate you being a
fighter. Anthony, I see what he's talking about.
I know, man. Last time I remember you was in the bathroom. They were riding you out, but I appreciate you being a good sport, man. I also appreciate you, you know what I mean, being a father, man, to your daughter, man. Because these kids do need dads in their lives, so I appreciate you, man. From me to you, man. I appreciate it, man.
I'm a dad first, and I'm a king second.
And I'm disappointed third, huh? Like, dang. Dog.
Yeah, you already know.
Yeah, man. Guys, come on, call on in.
Like them bad games under the cover. You sitting at that face looking like he's coming off in the ring. But I ain't gonna go there with that nasty hat he got on.
Hold on, what do you
got? Don't ring up under that joker. But I'm gonna leave it alone. Go ahead and go on the bed, Coach. I got to go my ass to work in the morning.
All right, man. I appreciate you, Kane. Thank you so much, man. Thanks a lot, bro.
All right, man. Go.
Okay, bye now. All right, there we go. Willie Boston. Hold up, Willie Boston. See, this is why I like having this, because Willie Boston, I be seeing you over there on Caneville, and you just subscribing now, Willie Boston. Coach Hayes hot with you. But thank you to joining the team, man. Thank you. All right, there we go. Hey, thank you, Juice Cane Tony. Appreciate you, man, joining the team. Right here. Thank you for subscribing, Willie Boston. Appreciate you, man. Join the team. All right. So the number is open. It's free. 862-799-9956. Call on in. Go ahead and save this number in your phone. Sometimes you might be riding on the phone, listening to whatever you want to call in. When we do call in shows, you're more than welcome. You can call me what you want. Just don't call me collect. I'm about to get off this deal and really probably in a minute if a lot of people are not going to call in, because I'm super excited. The University of Miami hires Coach Landry, Lance Guidry, if I hope I'm saying his name correctly, from Marshall. Yes, he was at Tulane for a couple of weeks. We did that same exact thing. To Coach Steele when he was at Maryland for a couple of weeks. But we did it with some fire under our butt. You understand me? We did it with some enthusiasm. We did it with some A sense of urgency is the word I'm looking for. We did it with a sense of urgency. So I really appreciate that. Somebody, Brother Jay Blaze, say, Coach, take one for the team. But I've been taking one for the team all my life. I'm done with that, boy. I'm done. Coach used to always get stuck with that 300 plus, but 300. Coach used to always get stuck with that. I used to always get stuck with the 305 friend, if you know what I'm saying. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but Coach used to get stuck with it. Anyway, guys, go ahead and give us a call real quick. Big shout out right here. I'm going to go ahead and give some love really quick. I got to find a way to blur out the names. I'm going to do that. But $50 right there on Cash App. Thank you so much. I put it up there fast just so you can't see the name. $50 on Cash App. All right, $50 on Cash App. I'm going to find a way to blur that name out of there because I don't want to put people's real names up there. But anyhow, thank you so much for that $50 Cash App. And it says, great show, Coach. Keep being you. Real. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. You're not watching LeBron. No, last time I seen LeBron, he had a Miami Heat uniform on. I don't watch basketball, man. Everybody blow whistle too fast. Hey, Brother Jay, you know what I'm talking about. That's why you laughing so hard. You know what I'm talking about, them 305s. But anyway, what's that cane juice recipe? That's what I want right there. Chris Rose said, Coach, what's that cane juice recipe? It's coming soon, y'all. Coach working mighty hard on that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Real quick, let me do this. You know, I've been talking about this earlier. This Friday, Coach is a part of this right here, so we can go ahead and do this. This Friday, let me go ahead and throw this deal up here while the phone line is waiting. Southern Soul Fest, the Love Festival right here in Central Florida, the Apopka Amphitheater. This Friday is going to be jumping. They call me Coach Blanco. That means Coach White because I'm going to have all white on that night. Coach going to be fresh, if you understand me. Stay off me. All those Bugle Boy jeans you wearing? Heck, nah, girl, you know these polo. You understand what I'm saying? I will be in the building. They will have people like Tucker, King George, Jeter Jones, Tina P, DJ Trucker, and it'll all be hosted by comedian extraordinaire, Special K from the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. So come check us out. Come make it happen. We'll have a good time this Friday, Valentine's Day weekend, because I think the following Wednesday is Valentine's Day. Come check us out in the Apopka Amphitheater. So if you're in the Central Florida area, you know, if you're in Orlando, Tampa, Lake County, Seminole County, Polk County, come take a ride and hang out with your boy this Friday. We definitely gonna make it happen. All right. Big shout out to that. Also, I saw my man here. There we go. Here we go. Bumping on. HBCU Overdrive with Doc Holliday. Go check him out if you're in the HBCU content, man. They got a great show. His co-host on there, She Loves Thee, is in the building and everything else. So go check those guys out and ladies out as well, man, over there. I appreciate you, man, as always. Anyway, I just had a call in. As soon as I got to click it, y'all hung up on me, man. But y'all tough on the Coach. There we go. There go the producer in the building. Crayon writer. I don't think we agree on a lot, but I agree on this. It's a good hire until proven otherwise. I have to give him his credit, right? I have to give him his credit. Give him his credit. He's done it. The man is 51 years old. That's not old. That's not necessarily old in the coaching world. You understand me? I'm impressed at that level. At that level. See, people don't understand. At that level, you're not giving up a lot of points, bro. And you were there 1 year. It's not like he's been there 25 years. You understand? It's not like he's been there 6 years and the staff. See, that's what's important too. It's not like he was at Marshall for 4 or 5 years and established his defense. He was there 1 year and was doing that. Super impressive. And big shout out to KC3 for making that known about the Troy game. 16-19. They didn't allow one touchdown. I think it was a pick 6 and 2 field goals to lose a ball game. Wow. Coming to 4232 in the building. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you're calling from. You got 2 minutes.
Hello?
Hello. You on live.
Hey, Coach Hayes, this is yours truly. You gave me, you were so brilliant, you gave me a call last week, so I'm returning the favor. I'm the one from Louisiana, And it sounds like y'all desperate, just like Nick Saban with getting Steele and Reese, which, just a bad idea. It's a bad hire. And I think y'all got bad hires as well. I think y'all was just pulling for straws, just like Nick Saban, desperate just to get anybody, because the real, the ones that were supposed to be good has already been taken. So it's a hot mess in Alabama as well as in Miami.
Are you finished with all that, sir?
I'm done with that. You know me. I'm gonna tell it like it is.
Well, I don't usually do this to my elders, but I need you to hold that chin out.
I know you was gonna slap me. I look forward to that slap.
Now I need you to pick that one gold tooth up and put it back in that Disco Rick, because you ain't gonna talk about my Miami Hurricanes like that.
Well, I got to, because who is this guy? The Lance or whatever his name is. Who is he?
He the next defensive coordinator that's gonna win.
That's a big question.
Yeah, I went through the whole show. You just getting on here? I went through everything.
Yeah, I'm just getting on here.
Oh man,
I just got off from work. You don't have to go through the whole thing. I'm just getting off. But I'm just saying, is that a quality hire? Is my question.
I have to say this. I don't know. I have to be very honest. I think I can't say if it's a quality hire until you know what it is, but what I will say is I think it's a fair hire when you bring guys up from a lower tier. I think he's done a good job at that level, which warrants him having an opportunity to have a chance at this level. Does that make sense?
Well, yes, it does. But I guess you definitely have to see. But I'm just saying, man, I look at a lot of these hires for these coaches, and Nick Saban of all people, and take some garbage that man been there 100 years still around the college football world. I mean, I think that was a failure, but that's just my opinion. But anyway, I thank you for taking my call, and I wish y'all success on y'all season this year.
Who's y'all? What team? You LSU team, right? I remember you calling you LSU.
Yes, exactly. We going 12-0. We going to the playoffs this year.
What more do you want from me?
Nothing.
We going undefeated. You heard it first in February, Coach Hayes. You heard it from me first. We going undefeated to the college football playoff. If you look at our roster, what we got, man, we loaded, brother, on both sides of the football. And we get Mason Smith back from an injury. Oh my God, we got Denzel Harris. We got lockdown corners. We got it. Oh my God! I'm gonna leave it at that. But I'm gonna call you back when the season starts. You're gonna say, yeah, Louisiana, you told me so. I promise you.
See you, buddy. Appreciate you though. All good, man.
Thank you.
No, sir. All right, man. That was a good call. I like to have fun with them. Did they hang up? No, why y'all be hanging up? Y'all can hear me in the background. Don't hang up. I'm coming to you. I know you're on the line, but if I'm in the thing talking, I got to have a little fun with this deal, man. So don't hang up. You understand me? If you're on there, you can hear me talking. Yes, you are muted. I have to unmute you for you to come on. Don't give up on me. Come on, don't give up on me. Coach got your back. Like Cairo Pratt. Tick, if that do you dirty, we wipe in some detergent. Now hurry. Go on to the altar. But remember what I taught you. Keep your heart, 3 stacks. Keep your heart. All right, here we go. We got a 3225 coming up right now. 3225, call to talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
Hey, Coach. I've been a long time coming, but it's Trent.
What's up with you, man?
Not much is holding down these passes in this college lifestyle.
It's been a long time, man.
I'm gonna keep my ear to the streets, and I see a lot of people jumping the gun on who Mario's gonna hire, but I'm kind of glad he went this route.
Okay.
I mean, I see a lot of people arguing that he hasn't been at the P5 level. Well, at least a high caliber P5, and a lot of some coaches. I think some coaches they need a shot. I think we got a roster to give him a shot and see if he can live up to what his name bringing right now. I mean, I think they said Marshall, he had the top 8 or top 5 defense.
I think he's been in the top 10. I didn't look at overall, but he's been in the top 10 in 12 statistical categories. So that's big.
I think we get I think first and foremost, for him to be effective, he needs a healthy roster. I think that's what we need. And this will be a fairly young team. And from the videos I've seen, I think he can still in the starting room, but him to come out there and compete.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't gonna lie, Coach. You ain't heard this from me, but I think we got 9 wins coming. I ain't jumping the gun, but I hope
I'm sorry, my headphones fell off. What you said?
I said you heard it from me. And this groove too. We got 9 to 10 wins coming.
Sir, I'm the one that's consuming the cane juice, not you. You are a student at the collegiate level. I need you to put that down and stop it right now. You understand?
Sorry. Man, Coach, I just turned 21 in January, Coach.
And that's a bad thing that you're in this bad of a shape in less than a month. I need you to stop, bro. I need you to stop this right now.
I don't know, Coach. I don't know, man. I'll be leaving out the lines. I already bought it to the lines already, Coach.
That boy addicted already. Lord have mercy. All right, dog. Well, I appreciate it, man. Hey, remember what I told you, man. Focus on the grades, man. Make it happen, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
you, Coach.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. We coming to 76-47 in a few seconds. Let me get his dono some love. Still Kane CT, $2. Appreciate it. Says, does Guidry run similar scheme to Steele? I have to be honest, they do. They use it a little differently, maybe within the play calling. I'm coming to you 76-47. They use it a little differently, but they do play a lot of man. Right, and Kevin Steele played a lot of man. I think he blitzes a little bit more than Kevin Steele does, to be very honest. But it is very similar. I have to be very honest. So appreciate that, man. Steele Kane, appreciate you so much for that. All right, and big shout out to everybody that subscribed and joined the team. Appreciate that. Right there, the official Jamel Malik has joined the team. Appreciate it. All right, call to talk to us. Give us your name, where you're calling from.
Hey, what's going on there, Coach Hayes?
What's going on, brother?
Hey, nothing much. Old Canes fan calling you from out of old Alabama. I'm in the thick of it. Looking at the hire today, quite shocked. Didn't know who Lance Guidry was, but I guess I'll pull him up on YouTube later and check him out.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, like you said, he needs an opportunity. Mario's gonna give him an opportunity. So let's kind of ride with him and see where it's at. For Charlie Strong, I would have liked to see him be the DC for us, but I guess wasn't Mario's speed, or what Mario wanted. And like you said earlier, maybe hey, he didn't get offered the opportunity, but he might just quietly go off in the sunset and go come on up here to Alabama and coach up this way. So I hate to see him leave out like that, because he did some good work with these linebackers this year. So
no, I agree. I agree, but to your point, like I say, right, sometimes we think because somebody doesn't get a job is because they were overlooked. I'm just, to be honest, maybe he was, or maybe he wasn't. I don't know that yet.
Right. You're right on that one. That's a big definite on that one. But whatever we can do to make our Canes, to make that defense tighter, that's all I'm about. Let's get this offense on board. Let's see what we do next year.
I'm loving it. I'm ready, boy. I can't wait till the spring game.
Oh yeah, I want. They definitely want to see what some of these young boys gonna do that was picked up this year, and also last year. See what they come back with. You know what I'm saying? They open up a position on the team. I've been hearing a couple of commentators, locked in on Kane from earlier, saying about, trying to get DVD on the field, or trying to get Jason Taylor on the field.
I mean, bro, that's huge, though. I think DVD is huge, like, to get on the football field. People can say what they want to say, but again, back to the alumni base and all that other stuff. But bro, you go where you appreciate it and not tolerate it. Bro, I'm literally locking horns with the number one corner. I'm bringing in other guys. Parents love me, community love me, players love me, staff loves me. I'm here to serve, but I also want to be a coach. So respect that and help that man start his career. Because guess what? We helping this guy start his Power 5 career. Why we can't help an alumni start his Power 5 career? I'm with you.
But I think he got a year under, if I remember correctly. I thought he got a year underneath Mandy when he was with T-Rob.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? And I think they, moved that experiment and moved him back into, recruiting. Put him back on the field.
I got you.
Like Jason Taylor, I would like to see Jason Taylor, but one of the defensive line coaches don't have to go. Can't have two end coaches.
That's true story.
And a defensive tackle coach.
True story, man. But I appreciate I got to run. We got another caller calling in, man. So thank you so much, man. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much, brother.
Hey, you have a good evening, coach, and I enjoy your shows.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You too. All right, we got our next caller calling in, 8529 in the building. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Can you hear me?
I surely can.
Yeah, my name is Rob from Alabama. I have a quick question for you, Coach Hayes. What do you think the problem was with Mario Cristobal not sticking him the job over Charlie Strong, because he's a great recruiter for us, so I think that will hurt us if he leaves. So what is your opinion on it?
All right, you got to do me a favor. You said Charlie Strong, right? You said if we lose Charlie Strong, is that what you asked? I think it's big. Like I've answered it before. Again, there's a couple of scenarios I personally feel you can look at this. If Charlie Strong was passed up for the DC job and he wanted it, then I think it's a slap in the face. Wholesome one, what's up with you, baby? I need you to call in. We got to chop it up. If he wasn't passed up for the job because he turned it down for whatever, then Coach Mario Cristobal did the right thing. And if you lose him because he wants to go somewhere else, I mean, that's part of the process, right? You don't want to lose him. But if you pass him up, you can't do nothing but expect the guy to leave. Bro, if you pass a guy up for a job that was a former head coach, a major defensive coordinator, it wants to be a DC, and you don't want him there, that's fine. But you can't be mad if he leaves. That's just how I look at it. That's how I'm looking at it. You can't be mad if he decides to take his bat and ball and go home. That's how I look at it. Does that make sense?
All right. It makes sense to me.
All right.
Another thing I was wondering is, how do you feel? Who do you think we should hire as offensive coordinator?
I don't know, bro. People ask me all the time. I really don't care. I have to be very honest. People, you got Scott Frost, you got this person. I mean, it's 1,000 ways from Sunday. We could say we want this person, that person. I really don't care. I don't even study those guys. I just want to put them on there and win. That's it, bro. I just want to win. I will react to whoever they hire, but I'm not going to throw out here and speculate. I could throw 100 words and people, oh, yeah. I don't even care. Think about it. Nobody even heard of the guy, right? I don't think one Miami Hurricane fan brought this name up one time. And so I care about, if Mario we trust, and Mario, that's what it's going to be, man. But I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
You too.
All right, man. All right, man. We got callers all the way from Alabama up in this thing, man. That's awesome. All right, right here. Who we got here? Sean Fell Kent. Appreciate you for joining the team, man. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Yeah, we got Shad about to call. All right, here we go. Let's see who we got here. We got 4288 calling in the building. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Coach Hayes, this is the 818 caller from Fargo, North Dakota. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm good. I can't even put the time on my dog. So what's going on, man? Talk to me. Talk to me.
Well, I always gotta support. I'm chasing my own thing, but I saw you was on, so I was up watching film on the new DC hire. I said, well, let me go ahead and call in and give my 2 cents.
Matter of fact, can you please give us 3 cents? I want 1 extra penny than what you're willing to give.
Okay, I can do that, Coach. I can do that for you, Coach.
Big shout out for the wholesome one. Y'all check him out, man. He finna break this thing down. Talk to us.
All right, Coach. So here's the thing, right? You said that no one has brought this guy up, right? They ain't come out of nowhere, blah, blah, blah. That's 100% fact, Coach. 100% fact. Because we reached down to the G5. Now, the issue with going down to the G5, in my personal opinion, is we look at these statistics and we say, oh, he's top 5 in this, top 10 in this at Marshall, right? But you got to think about the quality of coaches he's going against, the schemes he's going against, the quality of players he's going up against. That all has to be weighed in. Right or wrong, Coach? Right or wrong?
Okay, that's fair. I'll take that. Mm-hmm.
Now, not saying that Coach Guidry isn't good at his job, but we have to take into account level of competition. Okay. Now,
that's fair.
His scheme is a 4-down, very heavy quarters, and I've seen a lot of men. But when he comes out of that man, he goes into that quarters look.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what scares me about that, Coach, is one of the biggest black eyes or negatives you could say about the Miami Hurricanes this past season was the defensive backcourt and their communication or their lack of playing at a high level.
Okay.
Now you hire a guy who he specializes in defensive back. So hopefully he can help us in that situation with getting the communication down, teacher, and like you said, Coach, making the claim. If we got to call cover 2 red and cover 3 blue so that everybody is on the same page, call it that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to have his work cut out for him. And him and Coach Adai, now you have a question about Coach Adai because, okay, he comes in, he has a specialization as a defensive backs. Well, who going to coach corners, who going to coach safeties? Are we speaking the same language? Can you teach it as well as I can teach it? Is he bringing somebody with him from Marshall? All these questions come into play with this new hire.
All right, but so a lot of things you have. Carlos, hold on. I see 2175 in there, but I got the Holton one Holloway on. I got to give him a little bit. I see y'all say crash his plane. I'm gonna let him float just a little bit longer. Here's my thing, Holton. So a lot of people. So you're saying that a lot of it. Do you think he's overhyped?
No. Because I think that this fan base is really in a surprise viewpoint as opposed to trying to overhire. Like I said, in my personal view that I release later on this week, I would much rather go down to the G5, get somebody that's hungry, get somebody that's young, get somebody that has something to prove here, similar to Rhett Lashley on the offensive side of the ball. Now you get that on the defensive side of the ball, as opposed to going out there and getting some big name person, all this expectation, and then we crumble and fall with 6, 7, maybe 8 wins.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my view, man. I think you have to go in, and I'm gonna call it the Coach Hayes approach. Show me. You got to go in with the show me approach because at this point, are you going to get a teacher? Okay. You didn't go get some big name guy. You didn't go get somebody that everybody jumping up. Oh my God, we got. People don't even know how to pronounce the name. Cool. Guidry, name is Guidry.
Guidry.
Okay. And he's done low P5. He's done some G5, some FCS, and now he has an opportunity at the big time Power 5 level at a place like Miami to show what he has.
Well, we're gonna find out, and we're gonna find out real quick. Because here's what I'm gonna say.
We will come.
Wholesome, I know you don't like that school up there. You call them Tallahassee, and I get it.
Yep.
But here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
They gave a guy like old Uncle Willie an opportunity. Uncle Willie almost fell asleep at the wheel. They bring in Mike Norvell from the group of 5. Am I correct? Memphis.
Yep.
Coming from Memphis. right? I'm trying to look at his little deal. I just want to make sure I'm looking at it correctly. Yeah, he comes from Arizona State, and then he goes to Memphis as the head coach. Pitt, Tulsa. Spent 1 year at Pitt, but really mostly a group of 5 guy. Arizona State for 3 years. But he brings in his group of 5 guys with him who have all group of 5 experience. Like Alex Atkins comes from Charlotte, right? Bring him in. Big shout out. Offensive coordinator, offensive line coach. But he's the offensive coordinator, offensive line coach. That's very rare. Very rarely do you see that. Charlotte, he's a Charlotte, Tulane, Georgia Southern, Chattanooga, and Toowoomba Community College, Marshall, UT Martin. So strictly group of 5 till he gets to Florida State. I go back to say, I look at Adam Fuller, who is the defensive coordinator. He is Memphis, Marshall, Chattanooga, Assumption College, Richmond, Wagner, Worcestershire Polytech Institute. Jesus. So I said right. So I said that to say this. At some point, somebody has to graduate. And here is where I think, I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but here's where I think the right approach is. I think that, remember when I used to say Coach Cristobal has to strike gold at his coordinators? I'm not saying this guy is gold yet. Can't say that. But I think he's going to strike gold with these types of guys. He's going to strike gold with guys who need the shot to prove themselves. Not with the big name guys like shout out to Hoodie Girl talking about the sexy hires. But he's going to strike gold in these types of guys because the big name hires are always looking to be head coaches again or be, the big time coordinator. They're there for the moment, not the movement, if that makes sense.
No, Coach, I think you're 100% correct on that viewpoint, man, because you're looking at this kind of hire, right? And I keep trying to pattern it to Red Lashley because I think at the group of 5, like at the FCS level, a place I know personally, at the FCS level, it ain't about the recruiting, it's about the coaching. Because we all got somewhat similar, you probably say you're 1, 2, and maybe 3-star caliber guys at the FCS level. It's very similar at the group of 5 level. Okay. It ain't really the Jimmys or the Jones. It's how you get your X and O's and get those players to buy in.
Sure enough.
Well, if you bring that mindset to the Power 5 level, right? And we spend so much time teaching and coaching and teaching and coaching, eventually you see their talent take to a different level. I'm not saying Miami going to be even top 30 in defense. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is you're taking a guy that used to have to really instruct people on how to play certain coverages and certain alignment. Not just say, oh, you 6'1", 200 pounds and run a 4-4.
Because you didn't have the best talent. Yeah. You don't have the best talent. You got to really coach, man. You got to, and to your point, you're 100% right. That sometimes, that's where, back to old Luke Skywalker, when he talked about the Yellow Bus boys, they didn't just walk in with the best player. You got to coach the dudes that come through the door. You understand what I'm saying? You're not getting the elite players all across the country. But wholesome, man, let me catch the rest of these dudes on here, man, or ladies. I don't know who's on here. But, man, we definitely going to chop it up because Coach about to get off here.
Absolutely, man.
All right, man. Much love to you, brother.
All right,
we definitely going to chop it up.
Now.
All right, appreciate you, man. Y'all clap it up for Host One in the building. We finna get these next callers in. Clap it up for Host One. All right. Big shout out to Crayon Writer. He's big on Guidry. I'm actually pretty big on calling people by their correct name. So if I don't really know how to say it, I actually apologize a lot because I don't like messing up people's name. But I'm going to say, hold on, man. I'm going to say Crayon Writer right here. Guidry, not complicated. All right, so it's Guidry. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Let's go and push this deal on so I can get up out of here. Let's go with 8466. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from. You got 2 minutes for real. Coach ain't playing. So let's make it happen.
Coach Hayes, just said, I'm gonna make it quick.
Nah, you good, baby.
I gave my opinion on Coach Guidry on my channel, on my video. I think it's a solid hire. But what I want to address is this retread comment and how the retreads and splash hires didn't work out. Well, that was not a retread. Gaddis wasn't a retread. Phil wasn't a retread. Mirabelle wasn't a retread. And Coach Joe and Coach Wright weren't retreads. They didn't work out. As far as the splash hires, I wouldn't consider all of them splash hires, but they didn't work out. Now, the other point that I want to make in terms of people giving people chances. Coach, it goes back to what you said about people following narratives. At one particular point in time, it was Miami is not the training wheels. You learn how to be a coordinator here and all this stuff like this. But now is, well, let's get a guy a chance. While also at the same time saying, well, DVD needs more time before we can put him on the field. For a quarterback position that is getting his instructions from the defensive coordinator, it's almost as if the cornerback coach is going to have free reign on what it is that they want to do. That's not how that works, right? As far as the offensive coordinator hire, I know we ain't talking about that, Coach. I told you the other day what it was. I said what I said. Coach Mirabelle will be the offensive coordinator. But that's all I want. That's all I wanted to say, Coach. I mean, we breaking it. We landing in this plane right now.
Hey, your plane is landing in literally in 10 seconds, my brother. But I thank you, man. You're right. Like I say, sometimes we want things to fit our narrative, right? We'll say, well, who's this guy? But then in the same breath, in hindsight, when a guy does something, guess what? Oh, he's the best ever. Well, he came from that same type of deal, man. So, like I said, I appreciate it, man. I'm going to crash your job anyway just because. Be safe out there, Shad. Appreciate you, dog, man. We'll chop it up here soon, man. All right. Coming to 3703. 3703, you on the line. I feel like one of them DJs in the adult club, Cinnamon coming to the stage. All right, call or talk to us. 3703. Give us your name, where you calling from.
This Coach Spoon out of Boynton.
Coach Spoon, talk to me, baby. What's up with you?
Good, man.
I'm good.
All right, certain things I thought about. What Bill be doing, man, he's hiring position coach.
Brother, hold on. Spoon. Yeah. Your phone breaking up super bad. We can't hardly hear what you're saying. Uh-oh. You got to go. Spoon, got to find you a better area. We coming to 2175. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from. Coach Spoon, don't be scared to call back. Call or talk to us.
This is Studio One Live. What's up, Coach? I'm from the cell phone.
Studio One, talk to me, man. You got 2 minutes, baby. What's up with you?
All right. Now, listen. I like Guidry. It's a good hire. You know why? Because, I'm a betting man. I bet on them most all year, on the under, because they had that defense. Listen, 7 out of their games, they done held opponents under 20. The 4 losses were Coastal Carolina. They got a spit 24-13. Lafayette 23-13. They lost to Troy, who beat Clemson one year 7-16. The only game that really got out of hand was the Bowling Green game. It was 34-31, but that was coming off that upset of Notre Dame. So they was a little fat. It was a 17-point favorite.
And it was overtime game. So, it was an overtime game as well.
Yeah, exactly. So they was a little bit after the upset. But you mentioned Lou. I got a little bit of time. I'm a little controversial, right? And on that Streeter show yesterday, y'all were talking about fast track guys. Are these fast track guys, I'm wondering? And he said something about Miami under attack. Miami under attack. That was Streeter kept saying that yesterday.
Okay.
Miami been under attack since 1984. I remember the Fiesta Championship game in 1984 when we came off in the fatigue. Listen to me, hold on with me. I got 39 seconds. The fatigue came off. They came off. Jim Nance like, why they got to do that? It's unnecessary. They were mad with us, right? So Luke come out. Remember Luke come out and had that controversy. They got banned. They hated Luke now. And he tied with the University of Miami. That made a mad taste in their mouth. So the Ray Lewis years, we get slammed. Then we beat them in a lawsuit. They get really mad at us. So they've been doing little stuff slick under the rug to undermine Miami for years. Not to mention the stars, to the recruiting, to these coaches, these weird hires. I even think Mark Richt was a sabotage. Because I was wondering, I said, how we getting Georgia coach?
Come on now, about to crash.
He knew he had Parkinson. He admitted it. He knew he had it at Georgia. I said, why wouldn't he accept this job at Miami?
Come on, Studio, wrap this thing. Come on, man. I'm about to hit the button.
Okay. So do you think we under attack with all these coaches being snatched all of a sudden? And all of a sudden, we ain't got no offensive coordinator, no defensive coordinator. You don't think this is weird? And last thing, wouldn't you prefer us to take a long time with the defense instead of the offense? I would prefer us to hire offensive coordinator right away and then take our time with defense. But yet we still don't have an offense. It's more harder to install an offense.
You right. And I love you, Studio. But with all that being said,
pleasure, man.
No, I don't think so, Studio. I have to be very honest. Oh, that boy hung up on me, but I'll answer anyway. I don't think so, Studio. I'm coming to you right now, 3703. I don't think, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think Miami's under attack. I don't really have to be, and it's just my opinion. Maybe I'm not looking as deep as some. I do not think Nick Saban cares. I do not think Nick Saban cares about the University of Miami. I think Nick Saban went and got Kevin Steele because it was late, and he knows Kevin Steele. They have a rapport. That was his first defensive coordinator at Alabama. They know each other. This is just my opinion. I don't think he cares that deep. Now, does he care about Miami winning? Probably, but I don't think he's willing to sabotage his program so Miami's not going to be good. Like, I don't really want Kevin Steele, but I'm gonna take him so Miami won't be good, and I'm gonna wreck my program. I find that hard to believe, bro. Maybe that's me. I'm not into conspiracy theories and the earth is flat, but that's just me. That's just how I look at it. I don't think Nick Saban is at home thinking, oh my God, if the Hurricanes keep Kevin Steele, he's trying to figure out how to beat Georgia. And Kevin Steele is not one of the, and maybe I'm wrong. Y'all can beat me back too. If that's the case, I would rather win the stove. I would rather go take DVD instead of Kevin Steele because he's the recruiting guru over Kevin Steele. That's the magic wand right there is DVD. Now, I might have give y'all some credence to it if y'all had told me DVD, if he snatched DVD out of there. But Kevin Steele on the recruiting trail, I'm not saying he didn't get some guys or he was very influential in the recruiting of some of these players, but I really don't think Nick Saban go to bed at night saying, I can't let Miami get on top. Hell, I think Nick Saban got less than 3 years left coaching, to be honest with you. I think he's trying to get one natty and be out. I don't think he's but I think if he is thinking that way, I think he's thinking Miami won't be to where they need to be by the time I'm trying to walk out the door. That's just my opinion. I'm done with it in that sense. Let me get 7303 on the line, and we're going to go ahead and cancel this deal out. Call or talk to us. Give us your name where you call from. Hope you're in a better area.
What's going on, man?
Oh, that's much
Coach
better.
Spoon out of Boyne.
Yeah, Spoon, talk to me.
Now, look, check it out.
The conference has been locked.
Machine, bro.
Mm-hmm.
If you really look at it, it's a saving way. He created the machine. Steel and gas, all they had to do was be average, bro. If they would have been just average, Steel was average, so he would have been Gucci. Guess what? Mario trading in them Jimmys and them Polar Timmys for them Gangster Joes. Think about it. He done flipped the whole roster. O-line different, linebacker core different, DBs different. The only thing he ain't really switched up was the wide receivers. And the quarterback, guess what? It's coming. If Gaddis would have been average this year, he'd have been gangster.
Bro, if you just
That's
think
all
about,
he had to do.
you think about 2 more games or 3 games we win. Middle Tennessee, which should have been a win. You beat out what was it, VTech? No, we beat VTech, did we? Hell, I can't remember. You beat Duke, you beat Virginia, you beat Duke. If you beat Duke, you beat Middle Tennessee, and one more game somewhere in there, I can't remember. But anyhow, hell, just beat them 2. You 7-5.
Bro, guess what? See, people missing the whole thing. He also hiring coaches that can coach. It's a machine. He coaching guy. The position coaches can coach. So guess what? Now he got to go find a smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
He go find a guy like this here. Guess what? He's a smart guy. Already got the gangsters in there for you as you coming in. So now you ain't dealing with that bull where you gotta, pull little Timmy versus pull little Jimmy.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying? Now you got gangsters. He finding the smart ones. He got guys that can coach. He building the foundation from the ground up, bro. I got coaches that can coach. Now let me find a gangster smart one, a Jim.
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm gonna go get you the guys.
Yeah.
It's a done deal, bro.
Coach, let me ask you this. I ain't even started the time. You good. Float on. Here, let me ask you this. A lot of people are talking about this person's not proven. This kid, these coaches are not proven. Do you understand it's hard to find a proven coach in February? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the fan bases. It is February, bro. The proven coaches are gone. Unless you steal them off of staff like Alabama did for us.
And that's gonna cost you.
And that's gonna cost you. Think about it.
It's gonna
the
cost
coaches
you.
that we got. Think about it. The coaches that we got last year were not on the staff, technically. I mean, they weren't established. Kevin Steele was 2 weeks into or 3 weeks into Maryland. Your boy, the Broyles Award winner, he had a job, but they didn't care if he left. Kind of like Pete Golden at Alabama.
Right.
Yeah, you got a job, but if you look for another one, we ain't gonna stop you.
Right.
Right? You didn't go
find somebody else.
You didn't go poach somebody.
You're just okay.
Yeah, you didn't go poach somebody from their job. So guess what? We're in that boat right now. To this hire, it's late. Guidry, hope I said it right. Guidry. I don't want to get beat up by a crayon writer. Guidry was just on the job for 2.5 weeks, something like that.
Right.
At Tulane. And right now, we don't know who our offensive coordinator is going to be. So you have to remember what you're asking. This is why I go back to what I was saying about doing things in a timely manner. All of the people, if you knew, and I want to end this show on a happy note, Coach Spoon. If you knew Coach Gaddis was not going to be here, go start.
You should have been at work. You should have been at work getting it. You know what time it is.
Start a search for what?
You know what time it is. Let's not wait. I already know I'm getting ready to him.
So
he's done.
Start your search for what? A proven guy.
A new OC. Yep.
And in February?
Or that Jim. Because I got guys that can coach it. He don't have it on the offensive side, though. That's the thing about it. He don't have it on the offensive side. Yeah. If I got coaches that can coach, they coach wide receivers. They can go get them, too.
Yeah.
So whoever this OC that's coming in don't really matter, because guess what? I got gangsters at every position. That's the Alabama way. They got gangsters at every position. Kevin Steele going to Alabama, that's not an amazing hire. But guess what? It don't matter, because I got gangsters. He can come in and do the job.
And it's a guy he trusts. It's late in the season. See, that's what people say it's not amazing hire.
Right.
It may not be, but guess what? It's a guy he trusts. It's a guy he knows, and it's a guy that can get him through.
Bro, if people don't know this, some real things right here. I'm going to drop a gem.
Drop that gem, and I'm going to go ahead and hit this thing.
Said it right here.
Talk to us.
It's about relationships. This whole life is about relationships. He got a relationship with that dude.
Mm-hmm.
He can trust him to come in for 1-2 years. How long you think Steele got left the coach?
Probably about another 4 or 5 years, somewhere in there. He's not in his 70s. If he want to coach, if he feels good, he's healthy. You got plenty of coaches coaching into their 70s.
Bro, everybody don't want to coach that long.
No, you're right.
They love it.
No, you're.
But they ain't gonna have that zeal. That's when they got to sit in the rocket chair.
Yeah, no, you're right, bro. It's a lot of dudes that do it late. Like, you know what I mean? So you're thinking about Joe Pa. You think about Bobby Bowden. You think
Should have been gone.
Should have
been gone.
I agree with you. Yeah. But no, I agree with you. But like you say, he's 60-some years old. He's fiery. When he decides to stop, he can stop. But I'm saying, you know, I get it. But Spoon,
that's
Spoon,
what
I
it do,
appreciate
bro.
you, man. I really appreciate you, man. What you
Hey,
coach high school
what's the
ball?
boy name? Studio? I don't know what he was smoking.
Think about this. Nick
I don't know what that dude was smoking.
Bro, think about this. Nick Saban is what, 9 years older? He's 9 years older than Kevin Steele.
He ain't got but 1 or 2 years left, bro.
That's
he
what I
looks
said.
older. You can tell his weight on him.
Yeah, I say 3 at the most. I say that he's gonna try to get. If he win a natty next year, he gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just trying. I think in my heart of heart, he's trying to beat Bear Bryant. Right? He's trying to beat Bear Bryant. He has beat him already, I think, overall, if I'm not mistaken. But at the University of Alabama, he's trying to get that 7th national championship. Therefore, it beats Bear Bryant overall at that particular school. That's just my opinion. He's tied with him right now.
He's trying to get his own hat. That's what he's trying to do.
Bro, how much more you want? They already got a statue of you outside the thing. But anyway, man, I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate you, man. Let me get
Bear Bryant with a hat. Nick Saban won't his.
Want a hat. Hound's tooth. I love it, man. All right, bro. Appreciate it, man. Coach Spoon. Thanks a lot, brother.
Want it.
All right, now. All right, good call right there. Appreciate it. Big shout out to Shad right here for the 1999. Coach, I forgot another point. Coach Strong still watches film and breaks things down, so it doesn't matter how long it's been since he called plays. He's still very much involved in the game planning aspect. Salute, Coach Blanco. Thank you, man. Appreciate that 1999. I still think coaches have it, whether you call plays. I mean, you're a head coach. There are a lot of guys that haven't called plays in a while. You know, it's like riding a bike sometime, man. You're going to wobble, but you ain't going to fall. I mean, I guarantee when you ride, I mean, when you're coaching, you're still involved in the game. Now, if he was out of the game for 10 years, then I'd be like, yeah. But when you're part of the game, you're in there, you're breaking down, you're making halftime adjustments, all that, blah, blah, blah. That's what it is. All right. Real quick, I'm going to do this. I got Gordon in the building. I appreciate it. I'm going to pop this up quickly. Thank you so much for the $10 on Cash App, man. Thank you so much for the $10 on Cash App. I got to find a little blurry thing to put up there. Y'all definitely check it out in that sense. And I appreciate that. But Chad, yeah, you're right, man. I you know, hell, if that's the case, I ain't coaching 3 years now. I better go coach somebody so I don't lose it. Y'all be like, oh, hey, you done lost it, coach. All right. And also, hoodie girl in the building. Someone go get Coach Hayes a hoodie. I got to get a hoodie. I got to pull little Timmy hoodie somewhere around here. That's not it. I got to pull little Timmy hoodie around here somewhere. I got to put my hoodie on, but thank you so much. I appreciate that. And yes, if you can't tell, go rewind the show. I do feel good about this gentleman being the coach. Does that mean it's going to be an A+ hire? I can't say that. But what I can say, he's walking in with the resume. He's walking in with a body of work that I can feel comfortable with. I have to be very honest. He's walking in with a body of work that I feel comfortable with. I enjoy this process that Coach Cristobal did it in a timely manner. This was extremely fast. So you know some other people working in the back end on this, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Like I say, 48 hours, that's extremely fast, 48 hours. That's extremely fast. But I'm talking about a timely manner for me is to fire a coach, find a new coach within that 30-day period. We talking about kind of get them, find them, sign them, all of that stuff, vetting them, talk to other people. Shouldn't take more than 30 days to really find guys that you really want. Offensively, bro, we're on month 3. We're on the 90-day mark. Some people started a job this long ago. Now they off their probation on their job. Now they can get insurance. That's how long it's been. We've been looking for offensive coordinator. So with all that being said, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Coach Hayes about to get up out. He got a lot to do and a little bit of time to do it. Had so much fun. I thank you guys. I really enjoy these shows. Thank you to everybody who donated out there. That means a lot. Let me see here. Let me take this off the screen. Yep. Take this off the screen. Big shout out to our latest subscriber, Chantel Kent. Our latest super chat. Hoodie Girl with the $1.99 in the top super chat we've had since I kind of put this up. $60 from EJ. So thank you so much. Also check out Alex Tabio from Pioneer Mortgage Funding. Anything you got to do with your home financing needs, all this information is in the description as well. And Coach Hayes finna get up out of here. As always, go Canes, and Coach Hayes will catch you at the 50-yard line. Peace.